I guess, Saturn. I get that, but those colours just ain't doing it.
Well, that's I'm pretty sure that's the Maddens. One of the Maddens are in that car.
Ah, there we go.
Because they're the Pidgey Racing team. That's the JC was in their enduro team a few months ago, and they've been making a name for themselves. They've been very good at commentating as well. They commentated. It was Dan and Matt, brothers, were both commentating the Kyalami Enduro.
Yeah, I did actually tune into a bit of their work and some of their sprint series work as well, and both very talented. So it's great to have more talented commentators in the booth, which is awesome. And yeah, they really like their style. They're very much JC clones, I like to say. I think
What? Yes. Yeah, Matt sounded exactly like JC. I was like, huh? JC is commentating? Because usually, the time when the streams happen, I'm usually at work or going home from work. So I pop it in the car. I'm listening like on the radio as I'm going along, and I was just like, I didn't know JC was commentating this. Oh no, it's Madden.
Yeah, he did a bit of comment. I can't remember when it was, but I think it was a sprint series race. And yeah, he said something, and I swear I thought it was JC.
And on the subject of JC, we've got him racing this race as well. He's in the Pain and Misery Nissan GTR with Lucas Keys. So that is a wombo combo power duo for this duo series, for this duo race specifically. We'll see how they go, because the GTR, it's a sketchy car. It is not an easy car to drive, and a lot of these cars aren't easy, but I've tried driving the GTR for just the beginning of this sprint series. Did not go well. Did not put enough practice in.
It is a very tricky car to drive. It's very unique in the way it puts the power down. Its acceleration is epic, like almost reminds me of the bike punches out of corners.
Yeah, the Bentley and the GTR both just are shockers. And the Porsche is a strong contender for acceleration as well. We can never forget that bullet.
Well, the Porsche, I think it's more rear track. Oh, Daryl in there just really sliding the Aston through Blanchimont. And gets it pulled up though. That was wild there. Good stuff there from Daryl Lim. Does hurt the lap time, but that looked fantastic. Keep an eye and see where he does pop in, or just out lap. No, it is flying lap. He is 0.4 off Miller's time at the moment, but he'll have another crack, and I'm sure he'll bring that time down.
So the first valid lap of silver class, and we'll see Carlos, putting in 5/10, not 500ths, a bit slower than Daryl, but then again, these tires are just getting warmed up. First flying lap, we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. It's and really it's a 3-hour race. I mean, yes, group position is important, but a lot can happen in 3 hours. So I wouldn't read too much into qualifying. A lot of these drivers that I know of have probably done maybe 2 or 3 sims today, quali sims, and that's it. And then just they've very much been focused on race pace. So I like this duos format though. I'm a big fan. I think it's exciting. It opens up strategy as well with the different cars and the way they work. The drivers as well, we get some unique combinations. Yeah, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it really brings out, it's more strategy dependent, where instead of like, one of the 12-hour enduros where you're just either on the fuel-saving map the whole time, or if you're actually making your pit stops count, because the last, I think it was the Coda Enduro, the team that Peach was racing, and I specifically remember it was Peach and the Mercedes, they had a very good go from just fuel saving the whole time. They ended up with like 1 or 2 less pit stops, and then they ended up taking the P1 because of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the great thing about enduro driving, especially with that fuel saving aspect that you were saying, is because very much these races are fuel dependent. Tyres a little bit depending on the track. The track like Spa, it's not too bad on the rubber. Somewhere like I'm just trying to think, somewhere like a Zandvoort, for example.
Zandvoort for sure.
Which ruins the rubber. That would then lead to more tyre conservation rate. Well, something's happened there. PJ jumps to the top with the 2:17.5.
Patrick Johnson, another well-known name, and they are in the Porsche as well. I think, and Patrick Johnson is driving with Michael Babb. So a Porsche expert and a Porsche new guy, but still very, very fast. He's been in the Bentley whole sprint series. We have some minor technical happenstances, but no worries, it will be coming back very soon. We hope.
Please hold.
Dun 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 dun. I'll play the elevator music. No. But yeah, Spa, what a track. Elevation changes, variable weather. This is going to be a lot of, hopefully, a lot of good racing. You know, just like the recent Bathurst 1000. Man, what a race.
Yeah, unbelievable race up at the mountain. Yeah, proper Bathurst 1000. Had that actual finally for the last few years. I've really got bored with the 1000, but this year just gave that bit of old school feel back. It was, yeah, cracking race. Really didn't know who was going to win it. Yeah, it was to and fro. It was, yeah, really good to watch. And that's the thing with Bathurst, add water and you're always going to get a cracking race.
Yeah, and the other thing is those machines are so high powered. No TC, no ABS, no driver assistances, and you still got a heel toe, because I don't think there's downshift or upshift. I think there might be upshift blipping, but downshift. I saw the drivers heel toeing every time they had to downshift. So going down the mountain in the wet, fighting everybody else. You know, you're on old tires. Man, that was just masterclass in racing.
So it was. It is widely regarded as the best tin top racing in the world. I would probably agree with that in the current climate. I can't think of anything that's, yeah. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, no, I'd probably agree. Yeah, no, I can't think of it. Old school, of course, British touring cars is still the number one for mine for tin tops. But yeah, in this current climate, I'd say supercars is number one.
Yeah, it's door-to-door racing, which is getting much rarer these days. Obviously got Formula One, which takes a lot of skill, but then they're mostly racing by themselves. If it's a track like Monaco, you really can't pass anywhere. But for Bathurst and for those supercars, that's tough. Rally is another racing series, which is, you know, takes an insane amount of skill. I personally think Rally takes more skill than F1, but they're not door-to-door racing. And then you got Rallycross, which is similar, but it just doesn't give the same feeling as like Bathurst 1000 or the Bathurst 12-hour.
No, correct. Rallying's a whole different kettle of fish, and it's a good segue actually, because most of us would have seen the Assetto Corsa Rally is coming out, which is pretty cool. Be interesting to see their take on a rally game in rally physics, but I was sold. Look, I was a bit skeptical, but a 037's in there, and I'm a Group B fiend, so I am down.
I must have been living under a rock because I didn't hear about this, but if it's rally, then it's got to have the Audi Quattro, and that is one of the my favorite cars, because for a short 3-month period, I was the proud owner of a 1995 Audi S6, which had the inline 5 turbo, which did not work very well because it had been sitting for a few years.
Yeah, the inline 5 is fantastic. It's got a really unique sound as well, and yeah, the Quattro is nice, but I'm a Peugeot 205 man, 100%. It's my favorite.
Oh yeah, the hot hatch style, that will never go out of fashion. I truly believe that the hot hatches, now the A86, that's not a hot hatch, that's a 3-door, but the 205s, hot hatch. Volkswagen Golfs, hot hatch, you know, hatchback.
Yeah, exactly. So just to recap, we are having a few technical difficulties back in the box. The hamsters aren't behaving. Oh, there we go. We have got live pictures as we speak. So we are back on track. It is currently, I believe, the pros or silver
Pro class now.
Pro class are underway in qualifying. So we will keep an eye on the times once they start coming through. And it is Shawnee Bubner out there in the 69 Lamborghini. And he's driving with the one and only Benjamin Hignett. And
Biggie Higgy, my beloved.
Be keen to see how they rock and roll. And of course, nice car number, by the way. Just got to get that out of the way. So, pro qualifying, got some names there. Ellis, Ty, Gibbo, Slade, Monks. Who's that guy? Damiano here, Taylor, Lucas Keys, Vintner, and yeah, that's a pretty stacked grid.
That is a very stacked grid, especially for, just your regular 3-hour race. But yeah, like I said earlier, just the duos and the enduros give a chance for people who've just the schedules don't work or they've just been out of the game and want to come back for some fun, so they can really just pour their time in. And we get to see some old pros as well as some new pros joining the fray.
New pros, old pros, some part-time
I'm a pro, you're a pro.
That could go south very quickly. Moving on. So, looking at the times at the moment, down the bottom, so these times haven't really normalised yet, but currently can't see who's on top spot at the moment. It is Patrick Johnson. Oh, it is the Johnson & Johnson twins, the law firm, and of course the Famelet toilet paper manufacturer. From Miller, Marshall, Peter Chalmers, Lim, Bellet, Yao, Brickley, and Lloyd are your 10 at the moment, and the pros are out on track and are about to set some flying laps as we speak.
We'll have to see how Benjamin does, because he is a Lambo enjoyer, and he's between Porsche and Lambo, but I've seen him drive the Lambo for longer, I think. And wait, is Bub now in the car now?
Bub now is in the car, yes.
So we'll have to see now, because the timing board didn't update until just now. We'll have to see how Mr. Sean Bubnow does himself, because he is a, like you said earlier, fast operator. And Breno Ellis right behind him. Now, Breno Ellis in the Porsche, he's been dancing with the Audi for the last few seasons, but when I first started racing in sprints, I think it was the Imola race with him tussling it out with JC, just pinching the win. He was in the Porsche, and he's a fast operator in the Porsche too.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's the key as well. I mean, with these Duro races, I think you want to drive a car that's, and something you're comfortable pushing as hard as you can in as well. You don't want something where you're just sort of jumping in and going, oh, this is very different.
Yeah, and as you see in P18 right now, Stephen Tai in the Audi. That's a very, very brave man. And also, I'm pretty sure that's Aaron Lee in there with him. So 2 fairly fast people in the Audi. Now, I think the last time I saw Stephen Tai was at the Nürburgring, the short circuit, the GP loop in the Lamborghini.
Oh, yep. All right. Yeah, so been a while between drinks. Lambo's an interesting choice for this track as well, considering its straight line deficiencies. It's going to struggle here, I feel, as Shawnee Bub now pops in up there, but that's not really representative. I think he's just warming up the Lambo there.
Yeah, you're just setting it up for the next lap. But yeah, like you were saying, the Lambo is very good in the corners, so there's a lot of Sector 2 in there. But like you said, the straights, oh, that is a sexy Audi. That's a sexy GTR too. One of these skill issue racing GTRs. That is Nathan Monks and Tim Goeb. Now, I don't think the other skill issue racing, the other main drivers for that are Saxon Hayes and Jaden Rondinella, but I think they're not running a skill issue racing team today. They're specifically with other teams.
Also, a bit of inter-team moving around, which I like to see. Now, there's a sentence I thought I'd never hear: a sexy GTR and a sexy Audi.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and that's an esports line.
That is an interesting line there from Mr. Nathan Monks. Yeah, a bit of iRacing style there. Don't know what's going on there. I think that might get a bit of a conversation going.
Yeah, look, there's nothing in the OOR sporting code that says you can't go on the esport line. But does it count as a distraction? Only if you're looking in your rear view, man. And only if you're following directly behind him. And then, oh crap, I'm on the esports line. Oh, that is rough. He's really pushing it right now. Still 9/10 up, gaining some time through Blanchimont. We'll have to see what happens in bus stop, but if he does get this, that's going to be a 2:17.3, and he's gaining even more time, so that's low 2:17s already.
This is turning into a bit of a Hollywood lap here from Toto in the skill issue racing GTR. He's just got the bus stop to go, braked just before the colour change on the road. Gets it tipped in. Lovely, lovely bus stop. This is going to be 1.5 seconds quicker. We are going straight to the 17s with, a 2.
Oh, it was Delta. The Delta lied to us. We should have known. It was a flying lap.
Meanwhile, Stevie Ty just pops in a 2:17.5. Don't mind umpire. Straight to the top of the timesheets. They're in the Audi. There's Shawnee Bubner now. Let's see where Noski goes. Up to 16th. So not as high as I think he would have liked, but as I was saying, the Lamborghini is just going to struggle a little bit here, especially along Camel Straight. Hopefully he can get a lap this time around.
It's also possible he's been doing a lot more actual race practice than quali practice, because, you know, once you have the cards on the table, at the end of the day, lap 1 T1 doesn't let you win. At least not all the time, because we see him bump a little bit going up ready on, along with Glory Babby on the other Lamborghini. So 2 Lamborghinis in this race.
Definitely, and I love that livery. Now that is a classic Lambo livery there, really evoking the old Scotch Corsa days, and yeah, big fan. Nice livery there from Babby, and currently in 11th, so not too bad. Probably expected to be a little higher. Of course, we've just seen him running around in the Mustang, so very different car that he is driving this evening as he heads off now down towards Puon. Fantastic corner, double apex, tipping in on the slide as well, 160 kilometres an hour. That is how you take Puon. It is slower, but geez, it feels good.
Yeah, with mid-engine cars, you do get sort of that all-wheel slide if you decide to push it really hard, but it always feels so good. That's one thing I loved about the Audi is it has so much downforce. It has one of the highest cornering speeds out of any car in ACC. But just to get it to that point, you have to drive it so fast as well. It feels like you're in the danger zone all the time.
Now, listen here, John. You're a top bloke and I love you, but if we're going to have 3 hours of Audi loving, we're going to have a problem being it.
Trust me, I love the Mustang much more than the Audi.
Much better. We can go and talk about that all day.
So, your favorite engine layout, I know it's the flat 6 because of the Porsche. What is it? Is it the Scream that gets you? Is it the straight cut gears that get you?
It's straight cut gears, it's the flat 6, it's the 9,000 RPM, but most importantly with the Porsche, it's the fact that it's different, and it's something that no other manufacturer really has tried besides Subaru, of course, with their Boxer 4. And it's proven to be super effective. That's the big thing. When you think of enduro racing, especially around the world in GT racing, you think Porsche straight away.
Yeah, you see so many Porsches. I agree with you. There's so many Porsches out there. Like, it's a surprise because Porsche, they only do one thing. That's the 911. And they do it so damn well, they don't have to change it. Because I remember I was watching a Porsche documentary recently where they had slated to push out the 911 by the 1980s, but one of the marketing guys just said, keep it, we're going to keep it, we're going to keep it, keep going, as long as we can, forever and forever.
Yep.
And look what you got now.
It's just been perfected over time. Here is, Yoda, Jakey Weatherburn. Great to see him back. Good stuff. Now I'm excited. Big fan of Yoda. And in the Pixel Racing Mustang, I expect him to be up the pointy end. He's got his good friend there, Jamie Conboy, just in front of him, and Dave Hunter, he's down there in 11th. And this, I reckon this is the battle to watch. That sort of 9th to 14th, 15th. I think we're going to have a cracking race.
Yeah, once the pace gets so similar, yeah. Man, that Pixel Racers livery is so beautiful. Obviously, that is a Mike Cricky livery. I'm not sure if he's racing. I'll have to check. But justice for Cricky as always. Awesome guy.
Mad Bike Crick is racing this evening. I did see his name somewhere.
I'll check the entry list right now for you.
Excellent. And I'd be very surprised if he's in anything else but a GTR. So another one of those GTR enjoyers, as looking right here at Yoda at the moment. Currently 0.3 up on his best lap there, Yoda, and tips it in lovely. Yeah, just got to get the bus stop nailed, and he's done that beautifully. Half a second up on his best, so he's going to move him up the sheets. How far up does he go? Up to 7th. Nice lap there from Weatherburn.
Can confirm. Mike Crick. Oh, that was his. Oh, maybe he's getting new tires and going out for one more real quick because they do have 3 minutes left in qualifying. Driver briefing? Ah, okay, understood. So that was their last lap for many. We've got the number 5 that's still coming up. I think he's pulling off. He is pulling off. So Mike Crick is in the Pixel Racers Nismo, so he is in the GTR. That's a beautiful BMW as well. BMW is a bit of a more rare car to see, but as we can see, Benny Vinter in there, and we'll have to see who he's driving with. Jim's mowing livery right there on that McLaren.
Oh, gotta love that. Yeah, Jim's mowing. I mean, fun story about Jim's mowing. We might get into it in the race, but got a bit of an interesting story about young Jim. And sort of how it all started. It's yeah, it's pretty inspirational. So we've just got drivers in now for the driver briefing, so they'll just been told to button up their shirts and just be a bit sensible on lap 1, I reckon, from our fantastic team. It's probably a good time to give a shout out to all our awesome stewards, race directors, the one and only Glenn Germain, bringing you all the lovely pictures you see this evening. But of course, the biggest thank you does go to our amazing viewers who are enjoying your Saturday evening. You are watching the simrigs.com Duo Series Round 3 from Spa, and we have got a 3-hour race ahead of us. Now, there is a 60-40 rule with the driver times, maximum stint times. You can only, driver time, sorry, you can only drive 60% of the race, and the other driver has to drive 40. But other than that, strategy is pretty much open, which is pretty awesome.
We'll have to see as well how the rain goes because we're still in the qualifying session. And after that, I'm pretty sure it's 1 hour after qualifying. That's the race session. So we'll have to see if it's raining, if it's drizzling, if it's flooded, or if it's just bone dry, just waiting for some action.
Take your bets. Is it going to rain?
Personally, I say it's gonna rain. It's Spa. We want the action. Give us the juice.
I think it'll either rain, like pretty much consistent on and off, or we'll get bone dry. I think there'll be no middle ground.
Oh no, that's looking pretty dry. Oh no! I really do hope we get some rain though, because that always ups the ante and starts drawing more skill from the drivers.
Well, I like rain at strange periods. So, you know, you sort of halfway through a fuel stint and all of a sudden it buckets down. That's what I like, because it completely throws everything into chaos. So we've got a 3-minute start race start. Also, a big thank you does have to go to, of course, simrigs.com for all your sim racing needs. Go see the guys and check out the website at simrigs.com. Plenty of great deals to be had and plenty of new gear coming out as well, which is really exciting. And there is apparently, oh, here we go. We've got light
rain in 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then dry again in 30. Perfect. That is exactly what I wanted. Race start is going to be chaos.
Thank you, Kunas gods. Similazoni.
So
we'll have to see, because if it's only 10 minutes of rain to 30 minutes of cloudy, who will take wet, who will take dries? Because for me, I personally would take dries and just pray it stays dry at this point, because we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one because it is Spa. I don't know, Spa's one of those tracks when it does rain, it feels like it's a lot more slippery than other tracks. So, oh yeah, especially if it comes right at that time as well. That's going to be very intriguing. There's some drivers there, I reckon, doing some nervous recalculations, and the numbers will be crunched. The abacuses will be going crazy. And here is our front row. And we've got an Audi and the NSX on the front row. Yep, okay, that makes no sense. But anyway, then GTR.
That's smokestack racing, so I don't blame them.
Yeah, it still makes no sense for an NSX and a bloody Audi doing on the front row. And then the Porsche Brigade. And the Skillisher Racing GTR, the Pixel Racer Mustang. Another bloody GTR, I believe that is Saxon Hayesmobile. And first of the BMWs. Another beautiful. And then the Porsche guys, Porsches. And there's some bloody nice liveries here, actually.
The Cow Sonic GTR
Oh,
with
yes.
Luke
Oh,
Marshall and Blake Griffiths.
that shell Porsche, Glenn just went past it because he knows I'll... Thank you.
Back it
Let's
up.
back up
Come
a little
on.
bit. Thank you. Oh, yes. There we go. Yeah, thank you very much. That is a Kovacs Racing Porsche, and I am done. No other livery needs to be seen, really.
Roll the credits. No. But for me, like you said, Sean, the flat six Porsche have been doing that a long time. For me, it's got to be a V8 because it just speaks to my soul. What on earth is that livery?
My dear God, what is that? That's going to take a while to unpack that one. So what are we going to say? It's a mean Ferrari, right? Okay. Yep. It's definitely taken the P out of Ferrari. Got that. I'm not too sure what the brickwork is though. I'm not trying to get that.
Are they just saying that it's a brick, kinda? Because that's a McLaren. The McLaren's not a brick. The Mustang and the GTR, those are bricks. Bentley, that's a brick. The Beamer, halfway there. But the McLaren's not a brick. It's fairly aerodynamic as far as I'm concerned.
There's Mad Mike Cricket, the beautiful tribute to the 91 GTR. Also the Bathurst winner.
Ah, the Need for Speed 3 Most Wanted BMW. That is a livery I'm very familiar with. Not that one. There we go. The E46 M3
yes.
Need for Speed.
Getting wet through the 7 and 121 are on wet tyres. Interesting. We won't confirm that though because ACC does ACC. So looking at the billet mobile, which 100% that is a piss taker Ferrari.
Also, I just want to say thank you to Benjamin Curtis, our resident technical engineer, keeping us up to date on the penalties, the incidents, and also just the statistics and specifications of everybody.
Yeah, it's big help.
And hi, Jan. Hello, Jan. Gibbo's racing today. It's good to see you.
Hello, Jan. Hope you are well. Hope you're enjoying your evening. It's great to have you along to enjoy 3 hours of duet racing around Spa. It's going to be, it's not too sure what to expect here. Well, the tracks is fast at the moment as well.
We'll have to see how it goes. You know, track is cold, tire is cold, track is fast, and just everybody's going to be raring to go. We'll have to see who's going to risk it for the biscuit and who's going to just take it easy and just try to make up spots when they can. Nobody taking the esports line yet.
Yet. Yeah, we'll want to see how long that lasts for.
No, I've also never taken the esports line in the wet, so don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, that is, woo, Yoda getting pretty close to Toto there, back of the GTR.
Yoda and Toto. Oh, here we go. Content. So it's going to be
Toyota.
Oh, very good. It's going to be Cook from Ty, Keys, Slade, Johnson, Alice, Monks, Weatherburn, Johnson, and Vintner are your 10. Now, intriguing here that Johnson is a silver class driver, so he is also a silver car, but make no mistake, he's a pro driver. Then we got Carl Johnson as well in the 991. Now, they say he's a silver class driver, but I don't believe that.
Carlos has been around a long while, and he's always at pace whenever I've seen him. He's a longtime resident of Kovacs Racing. So, you know, they've all got pace. They've all done enduros, so he's got a lot of experience under his belt as well.
He certainly does, but he has no idea what tyre saving is. Just watch his driving style.
I mean, he's in the GTR, so he's safe.
Oh yeah, good point. Oh yeah, Carl Johnson is in the GTR with the 991 number. Very good, Carl. Very good. I see what you did. All right, here we go. 3 hours duo series about to get underway around Spa. Got a nice stacked grid as well. Should be a very intriguing race. It's going to be Brad Cook leading the way from Stevie Ty. Lucas Keys and Slade are up there, and here comes the rain as we speak. as the race is about to start. This is going to be very intriguing. Of course, we're going to go all the way around the stupid LaSource hairpin before we get this race underway. But now this is very interesting because I reckon this is a very brave call, but no, maybe not. That is rain increasing in 10 minutes now. So this might have been a good strategy play. Have to keep an eye on that track as well and see how quickly it does deteriorate.
It's green now.
But here we go. They're about to be unleashed over, I don't know, 4,000 horsepower, about to be unleashed around the yard in Spa. Beautiful part of the world, and we are green and racing. Let's head down now towards Eau Rouge and up towards Radion. Does everyone get through cleanly? It looks like a very clean start. A little bit of bumper grind there in the background. Oh, we've got a car going around. Not too sure.
Aston Martin, Radion.
One of the Astons is gone at Radion as they head off now down towards Lacombe. Couple of 2 wide, 3 wide action. Back in the background here, we've got Hopkinson has got around. There's a.
Oh, will this be a safety car? Oh no!
What's going on there? Oh, don't know that. That will be very much looked at, but back up the front, doesn't look like a safety car has been called. It is Brad Cook leading the way. Or it is Oliver actually the car. No, ACC doing ACC things. We'll wait till that regulates. But it is Cook from Ty. Then Keys, Slade, Johnson and Alice all line astern as they head off through No Name and down towards Pelon. But looks like, in the background, the Lambo's gone, that's Slade. Slade's gone. So Slade's had a big off and that will be massive damage there from the Lambo. So this race has started off in earnest.
You'll have to see how the rest of lap 1 plays out, but that is already... I'm not sure if Slade had a helping hand in that, but it did seem like he hit the curb, slid out, because it's raining, they're on the curbs, and they're all on... Most of them are on dry tires, too.
And it looks like that car has been called. No, there's still a race pace. So we are still a green flag racing, so excellent. That's what we want to see. And Lucas Keys now starting to put a bit of pressure on Stevie Tar here. We've seen this from the kid before. This is straight from the Lucas Keys playbook. Likes to put the pressure on early and see if he can force an error. That Audi's going to hold on for dear life. They go now through a Blanchimont in the wet. This is dicey track conditions now. Gone to greasy. Rain will be finished in 10 minutes. So again, we'll keep an eye on those track conditions. But that is lap 1 of the 3-hour enduro from Spa, run and done. And boy, oh boy, have we had a start.
And, Johnston already in the pits, changing tires, I'm sure. But that just goes to show, like, it's how long can you hold on? And that was just only lap 1. Track is now damp. Lap 1, we're going into lap 2. And that is also Slady possibly pitting for damage as well as tires. Pidgey Racing pitting for tires. Wait, Pidgey Racing, I saw their car spun as well, so potentially damage as well from the Radion incident.
So a couple of cars got a bit of a recovery drive ahead of them already. That looks like a safety car. That is a safety car. So race has been brought under control and everyone just needs to take a bit of a breath, and I think we need to take a breath ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you were definitely out of breath commentating. Whoa, sorry. I just saw one of the cars get fairly close. You can see some lights are on, some lights are not. I'm sure that's the automatic light system turning on for, like, there we go, one of the car's lights just turned on. But yeah, the safety car will serve to decrease the gap. So this is like a lucky dog situation where if you did spin earlier, this is your chance to get back to the pack. Because that means on race start, once again, we'll be going through Eau Rouge and Radion at breakneck speeds.
Now, I don't want to be that classic commentator, but I'm going to say safety cars normally breed safety cars. Just saying. It is a wet Spa, just putting it out there.
Yeah, and its hands are wet with excitement from sweat.
Now, I'm hearing car 7, that's Breno Ellison, the big Porsche, is running on wets at the moment. So if that is the case, I expect him to try and carve through this field once we are under green flag conditions. And I believe, are we? No, we're not. We're still under safety car. It's hard.
Most likely until the finish line on the straight after the bus stop. So
do it now. Let's go. Send it.
You can see on the track map, car 28, car 316, they're going to be trying their best to catch up to the pack. They've got some time, but like you said, if Breno is on wets, and if that information is correct, he'll definitely be making some passes. And as much as you can try to defend, that's wet tires versus dry tires on a damp track.
Now, what's going to be, this safety car has kind of helped the slick tyre runners though a little bit as well. That rain shower, of course, looks like it is going to end very soon. So Breno probably wants this to get going right now. He wants to get this underway because he's got the grip advantage. He's got everything to play for, and get out in front, get a gap, that could play, especially in the back end of the race. But unfortunately, we are still under safety car conditions due to a big incident up there at Eau Rouge and Radion on lap 1. There was about 3 or 4 cars involved there, and of course Phil Slade also had a big incident coming to Buon as well, just out of the exit there of No Name. So a couple of early victims, but I'm sure long race, 2.5 hours and 54 minutes remaining of round 3 of the Simrigs.com Duo Series. Under safety car conditions at the moment, it is Brad Cook leading away from Stevie Ty and Lucas Keys.
Yeah, we'll have to see car 20 and car 316. That's Lady and Johnston trying to catch up to the pack. Now, they're both probably on wet tires. 10 minutes is going to start raining. It's going to stay cloudy. Track is officially wet now. Oh, they're all catching up. I think they're getting ready. I think it's green.
We are green. And as they head off down towards La Source, and Brad Cook has got the eyes on. He wants to get away early and try and build a gap. Oh, there's a little bit of toing and froing there. A couple of very interesting lines. Now, this will be interesting if there are slick runners up through Eau Rouge and Radion for the first time. It will be a wild experience. Oh, you don't want to catch too much of that curve. Brave through there. This is maximum commitment, and you can just see in the background Lucas Keys has got a sniff as we go back to Pete Viney in the beautiful Shell Racing Porsche, who's got a bit of an issue there because as the Lamborghini goes right around the outside, Benjamin Hignan, if you don't mind, power from the Lambo, and one of the Porsche guys throw, that is, who is that?
McLaughlin, going into Lacombe.
It is McLaughlin going into Lacombe. Oh, they're going to go 2 by 2 here. This doesn't normally end out well. Oh, Pete Viney's up putting up with any of that. He wants, but unfortunately he had to yield the position. Didn't have the optimal line. They head down now towards Rivage, or Beau Rivage. By anyone else calling it Bruxelles, they can pretty much get out of the box. John's writing it down, noticing.
Yeah, just making sure I don't cross too many toes. We're back on board with Keys. Now, I truly think that Breno is on wets because look how close he is to Keys. That is, Keys is not a slow driver, and Breno is right up there looking for a way around. Now, that's the GTR is a big car, and Keys is a good driver. So we'll have to see how Breno will sort of manage to go around, but Keys possibly still on slicks. Yep, just got confirmation from our overlord. Keys is on dries and Breno is on wets. So we'll have to see how well Keys can defend and how far can... sorry, the NSX just rear tires on the curb got my heart going because these mid-engine cars, they love to slide and they love to oversteer. GTR, front engine, still loves to oversteer for some reason.
So let's head down towards Saint Blanchemont. Oh, I can just see there, Cook on the slide in the NSX. That was trying to actively kill him there. And Lucas Keys really just defending with all his might here. This is actually starting to hurt Breno now. He needs to get this done and get past these two if he's going to make this work.
Whoa.
Wow, that was a big moment there as well. Just right outside race on the board, just kicked out. But caught it. Nice little bit of car control there. And this is tightening right up. So our top 3 are Linus Stern and Stevie Ty, who may have had a bit of a moment there. He's dropped down to 4th, but he's going to be able to, I reckon, catch up. And look at this back here. Everyone is just struggling for grip at the moment. And as they head off now down towards Eau Rouge, now remember this is at about 200 kilometres an hour and you are sliding the whole way up. It is a wild ride.
You're flat trying to keep it out of both walls, trying to keep it on track, and there's, if you get a bad exit, people who have a good exit, that GTR in front of Miller just had a slight slide. You can see just how hard they're pushing these cars, especially when they're still on dries.
Unbelievable.
Oh, sorry, I can't believe this because this is racing right here. This is exactly what we asked for. You know, it's raining. There's strategies, decisions have been made, and
Oh, Ellis
Breno.
got really close there to the back of Keys. That was as close as you want to. Oh, he has a bit of a look at No Name, but Lucas Keys just parks the car on the apex. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you can see that GTR, he's struggling to keep it. Like, you can see there's micro slippage happening here and there, Puan especially. Now, no slipping there, but yeah, just Breno's got so much grip through there compared to Lucas.
The thing is, though, as I was saying, this rain shower, it's now in that point where it's going. The track is still damp as well, so.
It was wet, so now it's damp.
Yeah. So Breno's really got to get this done. Unfortunately, though, looks like Lucas is playing the beautiful defensive game. He's got the elbows out. He's using that power of the GTR out of the corners to his advantage. And you can see Breno's now really getting aggressive with his moves. It's the old left and right here. He wants to get this done really quickly. He's going to go up towards Blanchimont now. Can he set up a move maybe at the bus stop and use that Porsche superior braking power over the GTR? But oh, look at Lucas. He just knows where to place that car absolutely perfectly. Oh,
That's getting pretty close. Yeah, closes the door just like that.
This is a masterclass of driving from all drivers at the moment.
Yeah, surprising that, you know, Lucas is battling with Breno. And Brad Cook is still there. He still can't pull away. Oh, Breno's going on the inside, seeing if he can find a gap. That's going to be very tight. He sticks it, but we'll have to see. Porsche or GTR acceleration. He's made the pass now. He's slightly in front of the GTR. Had to see what happens in Eau Rouge, because these guys are neck and neck. Now, oh, I'm going to let you commentate this.
You were doing such a great job.
I'm too scared.
No, don't ever doubt yourself. So Breno does get that lovely move there from Breno. And now he can chase after Cook, but I think Lucas might just sit behind here a little bit and just keep an eye. Oh, geez, that line always worries me when they come down the Camel Straight, that narrow braking line into Lacombe.
Now we'll have to see, because Breno is on wets and Cook is on dries, so will he have a pace advantage? Of course, he has to have a pace advantage over a car driving slicks. Like right there, he's already... But Lucas has also caught back up. He hasn't given up. This is a battle to watch out for, yeah.
Yep, it has stopped raining as well, and the track is still damp, so Breno now really has to get this done, because this is definitely not the strat. So he's got to get this done and drive like the wind.
He will have the corner grip, yeah.
Lovely move there from Breno. Yes, wet tyres, but still got to execute. Now, got to go. Absolutely got to go. 714 does get a plus 30 for an unsafe rejoin at Eau Rouge.
That would have been the reversing we saw, yeah.
Yep.
Now Breno is in the lead, in the wets. He's still hitting some wet patches on the ground, but now that it's damp, Lucas and Cook will be getting their pace back relatively shortly in a lap or two.
The other thing you've got to remember though, slick tyres on a wet track for 3 or 4 laps, don't like it very much, especially if you're sliding around a lot. So something else to keep an eye on as well. As we drop back down to Nathan Monk, currently 7th, who's got Marshall right up his rear tailpipe. 2 GTRs throwing down. And it's actually a very good race, but goes side by side to the bus stop. Very close. Going to get this done. Oh, Toto's going to hold it around. It's Weatherburn around the outside and holds onto it. Good battle, this one. Poor Jake Weatherburn has got GTRs all over him here. This is like West Sydney on a Saturday night.
I was gonna say something much worse, and I'm glad I didn't, because 3 GTRs, American company. But I will also mention, didn't Weatherburn start at P9 or P8? So he's already up to P5.
This is a great drive here from Yoda. We've seen this before. He's pretty adept at this Mustang. He absolutely adores them in real life. And in the sim as well, he's just a Mustang team. Big fan. and he's driving this thing beautifully. As the GTRs fight out for the scraps, and he's snaking up to the back there. It's the one and only Jack Miller. So the Porsche just starting to get stuck in now, and it's where the Porsche will just start to come into its own. On these mixed track conditions, Porsche is a good time.
This is a 4-brick battle going on right here, and not far from our race leaders as well, so everybody's still ish on the same lap. The main pack has sort of split up, but is still in relatively close proximity, so they're all still should be within a lap of each other. Unfortunately, no Mercs, because also a beautiful car, 6.2 liter V8. Mwah.
Yes, true. 6.2 litre was famously badged as 6.3.
Oh, is yeah, yeah. I don't know why, but you know, cars and badge numbers. You know the shtick.
German sense of humour. So,
yeah, this is my 5.2 liter. No, but back in the GTR battle, now Toto in front, you've got Carl Johnson, and in the back, you've got Lucas Marshall. These are all very, very fast drivers, and they've got all similar cars, so we'll have to see how they do. Now, are they all on slicks as well? I have to ask our overlord, and I was going to ask Glenn something else, but I forgot. I'll remember in a moment.
Actually, we've got a bit of battle here because Marshall's going to have a crack here at Monks as they go down towards Blanchimont. This is brave in these conditions, and they do think better of it. So, I'm still getting used to seeing Carl Johnson in the GTR, perfectly honest with you. Monks, he drives anything, so that doesn't really throw me, and Marshall pretty much drives anything as well, but so used to seeing Carl in a Porsche, so it is strange. We will get used to it, but Jack Miller in the Porsche keeping up the fight. Good to see. So it is Ellis leading the way, who is on the wet tyres at the moment, from Cook, Keys, Ty, Weatherburn, Johnson, Monks, Marshall, Miller and Higdon are your 10. And we've got 2 hours and 43 minutes, I should say, remaining of the Simrigs.com Duo Series from Spa. Pretty interesting start with this weather.
Yeah, it's only been just about 20 minutes, and there's so much left. Now it is cloudy for the next 30, but we'll have to see after that if it does continue to rain or if it does just stay dry, because that means if it stays dry, it's going to pay off for the guys in the slicks for toughing it out, but that's also going to put Patrick Johnston, Slady and Ellis at a big disadvantage too. I'm sure they'll be feeling it soon.
Definitely, and Keys just got by Cook there as well. Just having a look at there at the time screen. But we'll keep an eye on that because this battle's starting to spice up now. A couple of drivers in here are just starting to get a little antsy and want to get past certain cars. Just got to be a bit clever here because this track I think will dry out quickly. So it's 19 degrees, there's a lot of wind as well. And it's basically right in your face as well, 9 kilometres an hour. So I reckon this track will go from damp to greasy to green pretty quickly.
Yeah, sorry, I just had a mental image of the Cow Sonic GTR, just an actual cow outside of Toto's house just mooing, "Let me past." But no, this we'll have to see, because up there, Carl Johnson trying to still applying pressure on Weatherburn's not giving up, but as these guys find, whoa, that was a bit of a slide from Toto right there. As you can see, it's still not completely dry, still struggling, but they're gonna, that just, out of Avalo, that just gave the Calsonic GTR such a run from the speed loss from that little mishap. But now we're gonna have to see side by side through Blanchimont. Will he try and hold on to it? Nah, it's too far away. Can't outbrake that as well. It's too dangerous. And Jack Miller and Big Net capitalizing on that all as well now.
So right now there is best lap at the moment, 28.495, as Weatherburn just struggles there at the bus stop. And look at the GTR of Carl Johnson. He's got the nose in here. He's got more than the nose in. He should be able to get this done at La Source. And Carl Johnson just goes, "Thank you very much, job done." Lovely move. Beautiful move there from Carl. And he will...
That was a fantastic one.
And
I think...
I get the feeling Weatherburn won't take that lying down though.
Yeah, I think that Weatherburn was actually trying to set up a bit of a switchback, which we saw the Porsche did a few seasons ago, where it was a very, very clean switchback, and he just got such a run out of it. But as you can see, the Calsonic and the Skill Issue Racing side by side now,
boy, three wide. Oh, wow, Toto backed out of that. That was very smart. Weatherburn, he holds it around the outside there. Great bit of driving, and the Calsonic move. GTR will have to have another crack, but that was good from Monks. He saw that coming and just thought, oh, you know what? I don't want to play. It's a bit too early for that.
That was good strategy decision right there, because you saw how much Weatherburn had to go on the curb just to keep that position going side by side with the Calsonic GTR.
Great drive, everyone, but having a look here, Carlos has actually got some legit pace at the moment. He is flying.
He is pulling away, especially from that Mustang, which is not an easy thing to do. But that GTR is such a run. As you can see, he's once again side by side going into Piff Path, but looks like, they're not ready to risk it there.
Oh, Toto!
Yep, he's sliding. Miller is down side by side now. He's still looking for a pass, because this is getting dangerous now, because Toto, maybe his tires are a little worn. Maybe he's, still struggling to get him heated up, because it is still damp track. It's not green yet. Not greasy, not green.
That's right, but this is what I was saying about the slick tire on these sort of damp and greasy and wet conditions, is if you're just sliding all the time, when it does dry back out, your tires are shot. So this little rain shower is really thrown a cut amongst the pigeons, or the rhino in the China shop, whichever saying you want to use, as again the Calsonic GTR tries to go around the outside of Weatherburn, but Marshall, he's going to have a crack. He gets the nose in now. There is overlap there side by side down the straight. Here comes Toto and the Skill Issue Racing GTR. They're going to force the issue here. They're going to go three wide again. Three wide down into the source now. Who's going to hold on? Has he got that done, Marshall? No, but Weatherburn's going to fight back underneath. Oh, what an exchange from all three drivers, and now Jack Miller's getting involved. And that is in the background, that is Hignett in the Lamborghini. Five-way battle as they head up towards Eau Rouge now. And they all tuck back in the line. Fantastic driving.
Just a sort of, the chess battle going on right now, because you can see Marshall, Toto, and Weatherburn just all forcing, because Toto saw a gap there. Now we're side by side. Hignett and Miller. Miller lost some pace. Hignett capitalizing on that. But Miller was side by side in La Source as well. With Toto, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Miller. That's a commentator curse right there.
Oh dear. We'll have to keep an eye on that, and of course wait for a replay. But that was very strange there, but unfortunate for Miller, and hopefully no big damage.
And there goes Weatherburn with a big slide.
Wow.
Oh, through no name.
Unbelievable. So keep an eye on that gap at the front too, Alice. That's down to 2.5 seconds from Lucas Keys. So that wet tyre advantage, I think, has gone away. Track has just gone greasy as well. So this is, and what we got, 37 minutes. Oh, that is a long time to hold on wet tyres. If I'm Alice, I'm coming in now. I'm taking my pain right now.
Yeah, and like with wet tires, wet race, that's good for fuel saving. Now, do you try and make it last? Yeah, like in my opinion, I wouldn't. Like, I'd go for the dries, fill up a full tank, and put it on the power map, because fuel saving won't get me to the end of the race anyway. It's another 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, agreed. I'm switching to map 8, and I'm basically going full send mode, and yeah, I think that's the good call, and just try and see how many positions you can make back. But I've got to be 100% honest, this is danger signs for the rest of the field, because we've seen what happens when Al Keys gets out in front. It's drive away, no more to pay.
But you do have to mention, there is the GTR, for some odd data reason. Oh, we've got a replay here. Let's watch this first. This is the Miller Hignett. Oh, he turns in and clips the rear quarter panel.
It's unfortunate there from Ben Hignett, but that will be coming with an invoice, I dare say. So we'll keep an eye on that as we back live now with Jack Weatherburn as he heads up through Eau Rouge. So 2 hours and 35 minutes remaining. probably expecting a lot of these cars to go 60, up to 80 minutes, depending on basically what you're driving. As we're back up the front here, and Alice is under real pressure now from Lucas Keys. This is now going to be very intriguing to see how long Breno can hold on for on those wet tyres. He's got a very hungry GTR right behind him, and Lucas Keys, once he gets the bit between his teeth, this won't take long at all, I dare say.
Yeah, the tables have completely turned from the first part of the race where Breno was on wets in the rain and Lucas was on dries. Now it's Breno in the wet in the dry and Lucas in the slicks on rain. And it's only a matter of time, like right here, coming up to pit pass side by side already. Lucas looking for the outside and side by side. So yeah, it's just it was impossible. That is on the grass slide.
Oh,
Holds
wow.
it together. Woo.
What an exchange there.
Now there's still some wet patches on the track. You can see it's a little damp there. Track is greasy, but man, Lucas, that was definitely not a place I would go side by side because I'm just not that good of a driver. But as you can see, these are the pros. This sort of racing you get at the top.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a great move there from Lucas Keys. Now watch this. This will be Hollywood times now. He will put the head down and try and build this gap as much as possible. And it was interesting to see what Breno does here. Does he pull into the pit lane or does he go around again? He's going around again. That is surprising for mine. Have to keep an eye on that. I would have pulled in myself, but we'll see. Maybe he knows something we don't. As Steve Ty now sets fast lap 225.5. These lap times are now going to come down very quickly. And ambient temperature currently 19 degrees, 22 out on track. And of course, this is only half an hour in. Feels like we've been going for ages.
Yeah, well, technically it'd be halfway through a regular sprints race, and now he's got two. Oh, there's a car off at Puan, but just got back on. Now another thing is, that's the first blue flag. That's going to be our first blue flag for this race. That is the BMW. I'm pretty sure that is the Need for Speed one. So another thing to mention is that, oh great, now my brain's blank, don't know what we're mentioning. Oh yeah, Lucas Keys. Yes, the NSX of Cook and the Audi of Stephen Ty. Cook qualified first, and he held on for a really long time. Will he find the pace now, or were tires too damaged from defending that long? The smokestack racing, you know, the beautiful NSX, tough car to drive. Wait, is that Xander? I remember that's the son of one of the guys in here. I forget who.
That is Shawnee Bubnell's, I believe. Or is it Shawnee? No, who is Xander? No, it's one of them.
I know yours is Jack. I know JC's is Jack as well.
Who's Xander? Someone in chat, I'm sure, will be able to keep us up to date with that. But happy birthday to Xander anyway.
Happy birthday, Xander. It's not your birthday, but it might as well be, because this is one hell of a race.
Yeah, well, I thought it was Shawnee Bubnell's kid. Well, we'll give him another one as well. Why not? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Oh, it's great stuff. Yeah, that's all right. It's good stuff. That's what we like. This is what it's all about. And Brett, so he did lose that position to Stevie Ty there. So I wonder what happened there. He's actually lost quite a bit of time.
And there goes Ty.
Ty around here. Oh, no,
that is a sketchy. That is a sketchy ass, and I think that's a blue flag, just trying to avoid the mayhem of Stephen Ty passing Breno Ellis. Once again, Breno, will he turn in? Oh, that is a very wide line. I think Breno just went in. I don't see him anymore. Yeah, Breno is in now, changing to the dries.
Feel like, yeah, he definitely had to come in. I personally, as I was saying, feel like that's a lap late. We'll keep an eye on where he pops out, and what would you do fuel-wise here? This is going to be interesting as well. We know the Porsche does around 80 on map 2 on a tank. As Monks there had a big look at Weatherburn. So will he fill it up, go for that 80-minute stint, or will he do the whole map 8 and just absolutely send it? Will be very intriguing. Keep an eye on that and see where he sort of pops out towards the back end of the race. And Monks is 7th at the moment, doing a solid job. Nothing too exciting here from Toto at the moment, just trucking along, just trying to keep the Skillier Shoe Racing GTR pointed straight. And intrigued to see how these guys go this evening.
Yeah, Monks is not going to have an easy job trying to pass Weatherburn because that is a tough guy to pass. The Mustang's a big car anyway. And yeah, the GTR's got the acceleration. The Mustang has the top speed. It's got the power, the pull to just keep it going. And, you know, like we saw earlier, neck and neck with the Calsonic GTR and also the other, the GTR of Johnson as well. Like, they were trying to make their passes through Sector 1 and Sector 3 because it's just the straights are the problem for the Mustang.
Yeah, exactly. And wouldn't be a car I would like
to mention. Hignett still in P8, and Miller, even after that catastrophic mishap, still, now when I say mishap, I mean it was just an accident. That's still the steward's decision if it was what to do with that. But still, he's only a second and a half down from Hignett, so he did save it. I'm pretty sure he kept it out of the wall. There's the most wanted Beamer, blue flag, just bit dangerous just on this track because it's so high speed too. You don't really know where to let them go safely. Because I'm a very bad blue flag because I move over when I feel it's safe.
Yep. So I'm a blend out of the throttle blue flag. I find that's the easiest method for mine. Always normally just wait till straight, or if there's a wide enough corner, just take a little bit of an outside line.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Bleed off the throttle and make it easy as possible for the fast guys to get through. As back down with this Weatherburn Monks battle. So Miller currently 9th and doesn't look like he's got any damage. Doesn't look like he's got any damage there in the Porsche. So he's very much the pro in that organisation in the Pro-Am class, and they're doing a sterling job at the moment. Still 9th overall. That's a cracking drive.
That is a very good job. Now we've got McLaughlin bringing up P10 in the Porsche, but once again, on board with Weatherburn. Looking at this battle now, will the top speed of the GTR, will the power of it get through? Because he's in the slipstream. He's about two car lengths down. We'll have to see if he tries to do what Carlos did earlier. He is gaining. Will he go on the inside or the outside? He's looking for the inside. Will Weatherburn give him the room? He pulls out. Okay.
Yeah, no, Weatherburn said, I don't think so, and shut that door pretty quickly. But these two are definitely...
There is some damage on the GTR as well from the side. I wonder what happened there. Not gonna worry about it.
Visual bug?
Maybe it is just the visual bug. But now the track is optimum, so everybody on dries. Prayers have been answered. We'll have to see if you managed to take care of the tires in the wet to really be able to use them in the dry now. But as you can see, Bignan in the back, Miller right there. It's all just a... You know, the gaps have spread out, but this is still racing. There's still strategy to go into there.
It certainly is, and I agree with a couple of people in chat. The track basically going from greasy to optimum. I'm sorry, I've been watching motorsport a long time. That is some of the stupidest track evolution I've seen ever.
ACC, it is an old game now by gaming standards, but still one of the best for GT3 simulations, and that's just why it's still alive. It's still around, you know? And I've heard there's supposed to be a big update coming soon, but still, that is, I love this game. And I don't know what other game I'm gonna play next, because I'm not used to it. But yeah, once again, Blanchimont, GTR, Nathan Monks, Weatherburn, going into bus stop. Now, the Mustang does have very good brakes, but I saw every time through bus stop, Toto closes the gap very well right here, but then Weatherburn just manages to pull away with the power of the Mustang.
I think it's two different lines as well. Toto is very much trying to carry a maximum amount of corner speed through the face of the corner at the bus stop, where Weatherburn's driving that more traditional line and just trying to keep it nice in the middle of the road, and just basically making it possible to get past. So 2 hours and 26 minutes remaining. It is Lucas Keys leading away from Stevie Ty. Mr. Cook there in 3rd. Johnson of the Carl variety in 4th. Lucas Marshall there in... Is it Lucas Marshall?
It is still Lucas Marshall, yeah.
Yeah. And then Jakey Weatherburn and Monks, as Monks pulls out the slipstream now. He's
They're
going
side
to go
by side.
for a move.
That's side by side.
That is bold. They are side by side. There's no elbows out. Oh, good exchange again, but Monks is going to have the inside line.
Malmedy
gets that done. He should. Oh, yes, he does. Good move there from Monksy. And he should be able to now just get his head down but I still reckon Weatherburn will have another crack at it.
Yeah, through Ravage into No Name, through Puan, Weatherburn will be looking to get that position back, but Hignett also looking to get Weatherburn's position now as well. Now Toto is really pulling a gap right here. Weatherburn must have just had a bit of a bad exit there as Bignett closes the gap too. Through Puan, very high speed corner, very easy to oversteer, slide, and then just lose all your speed as we're heading into Piff Path now.
You just saw a good illustration there of the power difference though. The way that Mustang just pulled away from the Lambo and the Porsche with relative ease. They're going to have a time, these sort of Lambos and Porsche drivers, they're going to play it a bit smart and let the race come to them, because at the moment, especially in these conditions, horsepower is leading the way.
Yeah, that's just the beauty of a straight line. Like, in the corners, the car has to surrender itself to you. It's all up to the operator's skill. But once it gets to a straight, that's when you surrender to the car. It's just machine. Your soul is laid bare to the screaming of the engine, just trying to get every last oomph out of it. As we're heading into bus stop, both braking, the distance is closing.
It's definitely closing. Looking at our weather radar at the moment, so it's going to be stay like this for at least the next half an hour. So the first stint should finish under dry conditions, and that will play into our hands, I think, to these sort of GTRs, the Mustangs, and also the Audi and the Honda. But if we do get any more weather, watch for the Porsche and the Lamborghini to claw their way back.
Now, heading into, like what you said, it will stay dry for the next 30 minutes. Next 30 minutes, we'll have our first few driver swaps, first few pit stops. We'll have to see if they stay on dry and what the weather is like then. Because once, swaps out, Nathan Monks swaps out for Tim Goeb, Carlos Johnson swaps out for Michael Pickford, I'm fairly sure. I'll have to double check that. Lucas Marshall swaps out for Blake Griffiths. We got a lot of different drivers. That was ACC netcode right there. That was well, I mean, the Lambo's still there, so we're still good.
But, yeah, that was a little strange there from Benny Hickman, who's probably on one of 10 PCs. So he has all the big toys. He's doing a really good job here on Weatherburn as well. He's kept the pressure on, and that has allowed a Monks to skip away there a little bit. And having a look at some of those yellow bars there, and there is a bit of a packet loss going around there for the drivers at the moment. Hopefully that settles down as we head towards the latter part of the evening. We are currently 8:49 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and for those who live in the stupid states, it's some other time.
It's 4:50 for me. Am I a stupid state?
No, you're overseas, so it doesn't count.
Yes! Yes, fantastic. Now, Lucas Keys with a 2:18.2 fastest lap. That is probably a half tank, and that is way faster than I've ever gone on quality pace as well. So that is still blisteringly fast. Oh, Biggie Higgy around the outside. Will he make it? Oh, that's the slightest touch. I think wouldn't even showed up on the ACC, but yeah. Bignett's getting real close to Weatherburn now in terms of just closing the gap.
That right there was two very experienced drivers just going at it. That was respect given on both sides, good to see. And then from the look here at Miller, he is just sitting there waiting, I think, for an opportunity. Sense maybe an opportunity coming, but he is driving absolutely fantastic. He's having a real crack as Hignett decides to take the full esports line. I reckon that comes with an invoice.
Potentially netcode, but now, unfortunately, because of that, Hignett did lose out on the slipstream of Weatherburn, and Miller did lose out on the double slipstream. But this race could still go any way. Now, Weatherburn's still piloting that beast of a machine. He's lost some time on Toto, but he's still defending from Bignett.
Yeah, he certainly is. Sorry about that.
Pizza?
I was grabbing stuff on final bite delete. So
yeah, pizza. No, I don't think there's many pizza places in Belgium, but We're there in heart, just like everybody in this race is.
I'm sure there's pizza places. There we go. We can ask someone in chat. Google pizza places in the Spa circuit. Tell us what you find.
Yes, German pizza, the best.
Yeah. So we've got 2 hours 20 remaining, and it's only taken us 40 minutes for the conversation to completely go off the rails. So that was actually pretty good from us. I'm pretty proud. So it is Lucas Keys leading the way from Steve Dye, Johnson, Marshall, Monks, Weatherburn, Hickner, Miller, and Buckland are your 10 at the moment. Nick Donnie and Phillips just sitting outside the 10. We are looking at the one and only Brad Cook, who is currently in 3rd position, the Smoke Stack Honda NSX. A lovely job. But for mine, the opening stint and driver of the stint goes to one Carl Johnson, who is absolutely putting in a mega stint.
Yeah, once again, GTR in the lead, then it goes Audi, then it goes NSX, then it's 3 GTRs, and then the Mustang, Lamborghini, and then 3 Porsches. Now, unfortunately, it looks like there's not any Porsches in the top 8 yet, but hopefully soon we'll get some Porsches up there. But this is sort of a strange distribution of manufacturers, especially with so many people taking the GTR recently, even for sprints. Oh, for me too. I took the GTR because I thought, you know, it's going to be strong here. I can't drive it. It's a tough car to drive, so props to Johnson, Marshall, Monks, Keys, and JC. They both love the GTR. It's just standard for them.
Yeah, look, and you know, each of their own. I'm not gonna. Everyone can have incorrect opinions. That's fine. Look, I won't go on a GTR rant, but the only reason I don't like the GTR is just more the stigma around it. Like, you see so many on the street that have got like 900 horsepower, completely undrivable.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the street racer classic, like, hey man, yeah, but yeah, the GTR is a fantastic car. I'm just not a fan of the V6. I just don't like the way it sounds, and yeah, we're back on board with Benjamin Hignett with the 5.2 liter V10, same as the Audi, who's been passed by Jack Miller. Yeah,
Jack Miller is actually on the charge at the Porsche, and this is what I was saying. Just wait for the Porsches. Now they start coming to their own. This is where the Porsche starts to flex into race car muscle, Euro mode. These sort of back into stints, the Porsche comes alive, especially if you've been really smart in the first sort of 30, 40 minutes and really been nice to your tyres. Now the Porsche becomes an absolute weapon.
he has already built up a fairly big gap to Hignett from the past, and now he's going to have a look at Weatherburn going in here too. Now, yeah, that Porsche does look flying right about now. And yeah, since the fuel tank is in the front, cars lighter, cars pointier, right, Sean?
That is correct. The thing is, though, with the Porsche, as soon as it gets under 220 litres, it becomes almost not undrivable, but not as nice. And it's got about sort of 35. When it's got about 35, yeah, I'd say 50 to 35 in the front. Oh yeah, beautiful drive. But it's the only car, also an ACC, that myself play with brake bias and the fuel comes out of it. So it's sort of a bit more to the rear as the fuel comes out. It does have a tendency to push.
We'll also have to see if that's a high-wing Porsche or low-wing Porsche. I'm sure everybody went high because it's Spa. You really don't want to go low-wing here because you'll just bleed all that delta in the Sector 2 with the cornering.
Yeah, look, I did hear some schools of thought about the low-wing Porsche, and I'm like, that's great. Got ourselves a replay here. What's going on here with one Benjamin Hignett?
Into Puan with Miller, I'm sure, but that's the slide, yeah.
Break. Yep. And Miller goes, thank you very much. I'll be having some of that. And that's how that turn occurred.
That's just such a classic Puan thing to happen as well. You just mess up the entry a little bit, and then you're oversteering or understeering, and you lose speed, you lose time, and you lose position half the time.
Yeah, exactly. And Miller's driving really well here, so he's another one I'll put in the contender for today. he's actually giving Weatherburn the good old-fashioned hurry up.
Yeah, Weatherburn's probably feeling his tires right about now because it's last 15 minutes of the first hour. Weatherburn's been pushing it to make those positions and also defending, and now that Miller is stretching the Porsche's legs because of the low fuel tank and just the handability of the car, we're seeing a good battle right now going into bus stop as well.
Definitely. Now, I'm just going to put a request into the Porsche guys. Could we change Jack Miller's number to 43, please? That would just be a nice bit of continuity for me. I would love that. So, if you can get on that, that'd be great. For those who don't know, that is Jack Miller's MotoGP.
Ah, thank you. I'm not a big fan of MotoGP. It's just, yeah, I prefer car racing more than bike racing, in my opinion, except for King of the Baggers. That is stupid racing right there. I'm not sure if you've seen any of that, Sean.
I've seen a little bit. No, I'm a big bike fan. Cause Phillip Island is on this weekend. I'll be tuning in tomorrow.
Ooh!
That. Wow, Weatherburn, that was a bit wild. A little crazy there through Eau Rouge and Radion, but
you can just see how much speed he carried through all that as well. He still made a gap from Jack Miller, but we'll have to see if that's one. You can't do that 2 more times, because then that'll be an issue, and then you'll be doing a drive-through on the longest pit lane in ACC, if not in racing. Somebody will have to fact-check that for me.
I reckon that'd be about. Now, as you can see on Weatherburn's car there, he's harvesting at the moment. That's what they're providing. So he's just activating his curve system and just harvesting.
But once again into Puan. This is a sketchy place. Now, yep, Miller's sliding a little bit, so is Weatherburn. You can just see Mustang slightly pulling away. But yeah, that Puan is make or break. Here's Piff Paff, and then he got into Stavelo, and then straight to Blanchimont. Once again, we'll have to see if Miller will try to set this up during Blanchimont to make a pass at bus stop or not. Hello, Boogie. My cat has jumped on my lap. Sorry about that.
That was fair enough. That's right. So, Jack Miller here, yeah, this is the frustrating part right here. Just the Mustang pulls away just that little bit, and enough for Miller not to be able to get the time. He's going to have a ripping crack here through Blanchimont. That is flat to the floor here. Now, how deep does he want to break into the bus stop? Weatherburn just places that car beautifully. The flames spit out the side of the big Mustang, and they will crack on for another lap. So, I've got 12 minutes remaining, I reckon, maybe. I reckon maybe 15 before we see the first of our pit stops.
Miller doing the classic mind game of a fake overtake down the inside. On the outside now, hit the bit of a curb there, but we'll have to see if Weatherburn can actually manage to keep it within track limits this time going up Radion, because it's possible he just went in too hot, tires are too old. As he, okay, no, that was within, that was bare minimum still within, but you can just see now Miller as well just closing the gap with the slipstream, because the Porsche's got power, and in a slipstream every car has top speed except for the Bentley.
Yeah, correct. And it's something else we'll have to keep it on as well, is track limits. Spa doesn't have the nicest track limits. Here's one hot spot right here. You run that a little bit too wide, yourself an invoice there. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Hopefully we see no track limits drive-throughs, but unfortunately I've got to cut through.
Yeah, it has been an hour, but we still haven't seen any drive-throughs. But we don't know if there's any warnings as well, you know, warning 1, warning 2, track cut 3, because one of the other places that is a hot track warning hotspot, I feel like, is the Piff Path before going to Stavelo, the second exit where if you just go a little wide in the little straight section of there, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a hotspot. Also the end of curve Porphyret. Get a little too
right here, a little too wide right there. You pick up a track cut.
They come through Stavelo, now through curve Porphyret. Now right there is another one.
Yeah.
That you can get. So there's a couple of spots where you just got to be a little careful. And for 3 hours, you just got to have the eyes on entire 3 hours as well. And always concentrating this track. It's a weird track start. I'm not the biggest fan of racing the GT3 car around here. It doesn't flow for mine in the GT3 car. Something in like a hypercar, very much so, but the GT3 car, something.
I enjoy Spa, just finding the right spot, driving on the limit. For some tracks it's easy, for other tracks it's harder. Everybody's just different, but as you can see, Miller right up the butt of Weatherburn right here. As through Blanchimont, he had a sizable gap, but once again into bus stop and into La Source, he's close. He's very close. So he's still looking for a chance to go through. Once again, onto that is a ooh. It was just the angle that made it look sketchy, but yeah, once again onto the Camel Straight, heading into Lacombe. Just he can't get the Porsche close enough.
No, the Porsche just doesn't have the straight line grunt. It's a hard reality, really. And then it goes, but I have something you don't have, brakes. And
yeah, the brakes are, oh, that is, no, once again, it's just the angle that makes it look like he's sliding.
No, that was a slide. That was 100% a slide. Then just had that little kickback, which is sort of the key. Oh, Weatherburn's made it really wide there, that Ravage, but pulls it back up and head down now into No Name. And wow, the apex is somewhere there, Jack, come on.
Yeah, I was about to say, he was not even on the curb, much less the green.
But he's doing a great job, Jack Miller, driving very well. So was Jacob Weatherburn as well. Haven't seen him around for a little while. So scratch things back behind the wheel and getting a good shot as Lucas Marshall was in the pits. That is very early, 52 minutes. What is going on there? Yeah, keep an eye on that. That for me feels like a back end strategy. So
it's possible they're setting up for their final driver stint as well. Yeah, because like Breno went in earlier. Well, actually, can we get an update on Breno? Because ever since he swapped for the dries, he's been we can't see him on the timing board. So I just want to see if it is still Breno or if it is his teammate driving right now.
I think there was a driver swap there. Is that Kiri? Look, yeah.
It is Kiri, yeah. So P21 Kiri.
I like that. That's a good idea. Get Kiri in, get that 40% kicked off, and then put Breno back in and try and bring it home and see how high you can climb the leaderboard. Good aggressive.
Yeah, we will have to see. Yeah, we will have to see how they go because they had to pit at an unusual spot because of the tire swap. Was that just an overtake just now? Oh, it was a blue flag, right? Okay. Yeah, so they did pit at an unusual time. We'll have to see how that affects their race and their strategy going forward. As Blake Griffiths now in charge of the 175 Calsonic GTR.
Yes, so the Blake on the wheel. Quite active there in chat. I don't know how people do that actually, go from chat to driving. It takes me at least 30 minutes to fire up.
Yeah, for me it's weird. I can just do a bit of both at the same time. It's not really an issue for me, but if I don't get in the practice, obviously I'm slow. Wait, was that a little cow? It was a cowgirl on the back. There's an anime cowgirl on the back of that. Don't look at that, boys. Don't look at that. No. But yeah, we'll have to see who else starts pitting as well, because in the top 5, you know, we still got Monks, Weatherburn. Can't see the rest of the top 5, but it's, you know, Keys, Cook, and Stephen Ty. Now, fun fact, Stephen Ty, that's just his last name. He is not actually Ty. I want to clarify that in case anybody was wondering, which nobody was wondering.
And today's useless fact was brought to you by
the one and only John Gorley. But yeah, he's 25 seconds ahead. We just got that from a resident overlord, Mr. Glenn Germain, on the cameras. Thank you as well, cinematography. But yeah, once again, the Pain and Misery GTR. Now, we all know the weakness of JC, don't we, Sean?
Yes, we do. JC is allergic to stuff.
And he's definitely going to have to do one in this race.
So, now, to be fair, JC, last couple of pit stops, he has
yeah, he's gotten better.
have been a lot better. So we'll keep an eye on that. And if he can nail this pit stop, they're in for a very solid result. As Brad Cook now is just starting to work on the back of Carl Johnson here, and this is about to get. Actually, no, that's a change.
That is a very
third. Carl Johnson's in bloody third. What a drive! Wow, he is.
We're gonna have to.
Fire.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation with whoever classified Carl Johnson, because I mean, Carl Johnson, Michael Babb.
Yeah, take it. It's right there. I'm sorry, that's taking the eye number 5.
No, we love you, Matt. We love you, Matt Powell, Paul Kranich, Glenn Germain.
They do an amazing job. We love all our admins. They do an incredible job, but come on, Billy. He's in bloody third. But great drive from Carl. I'm a big fan of Carlos. Lovely guy as well. Great to talk to. And Brad Cook, very much a stalwart in his smokestack NSX. I don't know how he drives the thing, seriously. You think the Porsche is dangerous and the Audi's dangerous. Drive this thing.
I've heard good things and I've heard very, very bad things about the Honda, and it's a very tough car to drive. But yeah, it's, as you can see, it is an absolute weapon in the right hands as well, especially carving up a track like Spa.
Definitely. So good battle here for third position at the moment. So Johnson, Cook and Monks. And Monks has done a nice job. He's been trucking along beautifully, trying to keep his nose clean and just get it to that first pit stop. And who's he driving with?
That'll be Gubby.
The one and only Gubby! So need to see Gubby jump in and get around it. Of course, two stalwarts, good mates for both of them. They're both lovely chaps. Wow, Gubby's the same guys. Depends on what he's playing, really.
Gobby when he's not in goblin mode, yeah, he's great to be around, but that's half the time, goblin mode. But yeah, Chris Taylor.
In. Yep.
Well, we will be announcing Speak of the Devil or Speak of the Goblin,
So Monks is in, so that's at 57 minutes. So
Lucas is in as well. Forgot to mention that.
Yes. So our
we'll be seeing JC.
A couple of drivers here, definitely. That is a back-end strategy, 100%. That is, they are playing themselves or buying a ticket. So motor race, final dance, and trying to sort of reverse engineer the race, as they say. So GTR's looking around that sort of 52, 53 minute mark, up to 58 minutes for this opening stint. And BMW Ben Bittner is in, as well as Mad Mike Crick 23 as well.
So now, yeah, Stephen Ty, Audi P1. That must hurt something, doesn't it, Sean? And now Miller, Porsche, top 5. But we'll have to see when everybody comes in for fuel and for the driver swap, because the Porsche can go a long while with a fuel-saving map. This is where Carl passed Brad Cook. We'll have to see if there was something happened in Rivage, or was it just pure? That is side-by-side. Brad leaves him the room and Carl just makes it pass. That was a very good setup and a very clean pass. Now through no name, so Carl just takes it, and Brad, I'm not going to say he gives it to him, but there's not much you can do with a brick like that flying around at 200 kilometers an hour.
No, definitely not. I think the exit there up top coming out of Lacombe and Albany sort of compromised Cook there, but credit to Carl, he was all over it. He is literally flying at the moment, and he is off after. He's off after Steve Ty. He wants to lead this thing. Carl Johnson has absolutely lit the fuse under this GTR, and it is great to see. Beautiful.
Approaching a blue flag before Stephen Ty.
And Kodak on the side as well.
Lucas Keys, yeah.
So basically that is taking out the JC pit stop play.
Well,
very
now that
smart.
is called strategy, ladies and gentlemen, and racers. Making up for each other's weaknesses. That's all about it being a team game and a team race, because this is duos.
That's right, exactly. So play it smart, basically take out the weakest part of each other's strategy, and off you go. And they are looking super strong now. I don't want to call it early. Still 2 hours remaining as we have ticked over, just about to tick over the 2 hours to go mark, and we will run through our 10. So it is Stevie Ty leading the way in the Audi from Carl Johnson, who has put together a magnificent opening stint. Let's be clear here, he has been driver of the stint so far. Brother Cook there in third position, the Smokestack NSX. Then Jakey Weatherburn in the Pixel Racer Mustang. Then another driver of the stint, Jack Miller in the Porsche Guys Porsche. He's put together a magnificent opening drive. Then Benny Hignett, who's had an up and down opening stint in the Ferrari Lamborghini. That is Pete Viney up there in seventh in easily the best looking car on the grid. That is. And then
Billet in the worst looking car.
Yeah, whatever that is some sort of meme Ferrari tribute. And then Kay there in ninth, doing a nice job on construction on beautifully, Liam. And Keel Slade there in 10th position, who had a bit of a moment there on lap 1, but is trying to fight back in the Lamborghini. 8 laps down by K8.
I mean, he is still P10. That is a respectable drive back from whatever happened at, I think it was, what was it? Was it Blanchimont where he had the little incident?
No, coming into Corn, I don't know.
Oh, coming in, yeah, my bad. This is it's an hour ago. It's old history now. As on board with Carl Johnson, still hunting down Stephen Ty. We'll have to see if and when who's going to take the pit first as well, because he must be running out of gas by now. 120 liters on most of these cars.
Now, what's intriguing, I definitely want to keep an eye on those GTRs that stopped early, because there's definitely some different schools of thought here. Because Carl's like, bugger that, I am going to run this thing absolutely dry, and he is absolutely catching Stephen Ty here. Carl Johnson is on fire. Don't know what it is. They've plugged him in the GTR, and he has found something. God damn it, I thought I hit him with the Porsche guy.
Yeah. Oh well, just a little betrayal to keep things interesting. But yeah, Audi not known for its top speed, and the GTR has the guts, has the acceleration to go and really challenge that Audi, especially now that it's later in the stint, the tires are worn, there's less gas in the tank. It's just, yeah, we'll have to see how this sort of pans out. And already Lucas Keys with the fastest lap on almost full tank.
If the race now turns pear-shaped, can everyone please send your complaints and feedback to one Matthew Tower? He has put the jinx on, so send all feedback to him, please. Imagine saying that. Yes, one penalty in the first hour is magnificent. We've still got 2 hours to go.
We're 1/3 through, and it is still clear on the weather widget. Still got 30 minutes of sun. There's always a chance for it to rain again, but it's looking pretty clear for now. And I'm hoping this commentator's curse really takes effect, because more rain means more content, more racing, more pitch strategies.
It does. I'm not feeling it. I don't.
Oh, that was a bit of a fucking... that was a bit of whiff-waff from Carl right there. Going through Blanchimont.
That was definitely a moment there from Carl, but he held on to it, and he's really put the pressure on now. He wants to lead this thing, and he wants to get out in front because he feels like he can drive away from Stephen Ty here. And Stephen Ty's just starting to struggle a little bit, getting the nose in, and Carl just saw a slide opening, but Stevie slams the door. He's going to head off towards Eau Rouge now at over 220 kilometres an hour, and they're going to be pretty much flat all the way up. Then they're going to pop over the rise. We jump on board now with Carl Johnson, and he is absolutely manhandling this GTR. Now he's in the slipstream. Has the GTR got the grunt over the Audi? They're going to go side by side down the Camel Straight now, down towards Lacombe. Who's going to be later on the brakes? Is Carl going to try his outside trick? No, he thinks better of it. But Stevie Ty's not doing
wide.
it. He's running out sideways. And Carl Johnson's into the lead. Oh, what has he done? How's he done that? What a drive this has been so far. Opening stint of the day. Unbelievable from Carl Johnson.
That was a very, very good pass. There was no contact involved. That's just the sheer pressure of the GTR of Carl behind Stephen Ty. Broke late, tried to keep it in, but just went too wide into Lacombe, and Carl just capitalized. He took that moment, and now he's running away with it.
He has lit the fuse, and now we'll see what true pace he's really got. Can he build this gap and put the Kovacs Black GTR into the frame? What does Stevie Ty do? Does he feel like his tyres are going off? Does he bring it in this lap? And then Brad Cook is still out there in that NSX. I don't know how he's driving that thing on. Those tyres must be absolutely shocked.
Yeah, it's just, you know, this is some good racing right here. Now, two mid-engine cars. One's a V6, one's a V10. And the Audi, it's got the good cornering speed. We'll have to see going into bus stop. These are old tires. They're running. They must be running on fumes at this point because Carl's still pulling away. But Brad Cook late braking around the outside. Steven going on the inside. We're still seeing nobody's taken the pit yet. So they're still going at least for another lap or two.
So, of course, bar being, I think, over 7 kilometres as well. It is a long lap around here. So you want to make sure you get your numbers absolutely spot on. If you run out of fuel up the back end of the circuit, you are cooked.
And we have our first DT of Ben Winton, number 72 in the Ferrari P13. That is incredibly unfortunate because that would have been P1 for Pro-Am, which also means Miller.
Mr. Cook. That is not the line, sir.
The Honda just doing Honda things, I'm guessing.
So,
Slady.
So for those playing at home, that was 1 hour 53 the race. No, the other way around. The other thing. Yeah, 67. We'll go with that. And baby now flies out of the pit lane as Lucas Keys does a 69. Get yeah.
On a high fuel tank. Oh, he's in P8? He's already passed Nathan. Wait, Nathan Monks. So that means Tim will be doing the back half of the race as well, because Toto is still in the race. Gobby Goblin mode will be in the last third, the final dance, as you said, Muller.
So a couple of different schools of thought here. So we're seeing a couple of teams now double syncing their drivers and then putting their other driver into the back end. So this is intriguing. It's going to be really, going to be a brave man to bet who's going to finish, I reckon, second down here. I don't want to put the Moz on it, but I think first run and done. But yeah, second, I reckon, down to fifth, wide open.
Yeah, because it's also, if it's a strategy call to be like, I don't want to lose too many positions in the middle stint. I'm already warmed up. I'm still racing. I'll just stay in the car for now, and you can just handle the back half because it's still a tight race going up from P4, P5 all the way down to P10.
Yeah, it's very close. So it's one of those sort of situations.
Brad Cook right on the butt of Stephen Ty. As Carl is in the pits, he's doing his pit stop now. So once again, Stephen Ty back into P1 with Brad Cook right behind him. And that is also Weatherburn in the pits as well. That is the Mustang.
Yeah, so keeping an eye on that. So that's 70 minutes basically. That's not a bad stint. As Brad Cook and Stephen Ty though are still trucking around. Now the Porsche. Just keep an eye on those Porsche badges as well, everyone. Just watch them just start to truck their way towards the front. As Brad Cook now is going to set up a move here on Stevie Ty down into Lacombe. They're going to go side by side, but Stevie says, I don't think so, and slams the door shut. Rockets of Old versus Smokestack, classic battle this one. And hearing rumours that someone ran out of fuel in pit lane.
I think that is Slady.
Oh, dear.
Well, at least you did it in pit lane, so that's a good
True.
start. Yeah, that's the best place to run out of fuel. Let's be honest.
That's how it was designed. That was how they drew it up, really. So I just saw there that Cook had actually a bit of a slight bit of a moment coming to 71. Not gripping up. That's the thing with the NSX. It's once the rears go in the NSX, it is borderline impossible to drive. Probably the worst car once the rears go. Porsche's probably up there as well, but I'm used to that. But
That is already a big, yeah, that is closing the gap real hard. Now the Honda versus the Audi, especially in the corners, when the Audi is supposed to be really good in the corners as well. We'll have to see what it goes into Blanchimont and if there will be a move down into bus stop, because Cook does have the slipstream here, and I think I think the Honda and the Audi have similar top speeds going into here. But like you said, the rear tires of Cook are probably cooked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that is outside, inside, side by side, just switch back. And that is Cook on the inside now, the second half of bus stop. And they are now side by side. We'll have to see the acceleration coming into La Source.
Wow, here we go. Is Cook going to try the over and under and just try and flick the nose in and get a tighter exit? He's got
The switchback.
Beautifully done there from Cook. That is the perfect switchback. Absolutely nailed that. That is textbook. That's how you draw it up.
And now they both run out of fuel. There's a yellow flag on track. Oh, there's a yellow flag right after Reddy on number 251. We'll see how they avoid this. Hopefully he's not in a bad position. And that is the bad livery Ferrari sideways.
It is the McLaren. Unfortunately, Gaze there's had a bit of a moment. Hopefully we'll catch ourselves replay. I'm sure they'll get to work on that, but we've definitely had a moment there from Gaze, and unfortunate. Back here, and we'll look down the order, and his drivers there we haven't really spoken about. So Gibbo's jumped in from Weatherburn. Of course, that's the classic combo, Gibbo and Yoda. And big fan favourites them one, so he's slotted in 9th position. Now there is, go Gibbo. Just for you, Jan, get around it. And
let's go.
There's another driver that literally does nothing all sprint series, pretty much has a holiday and then comes to enduro time, plugs in, and is a seriously quick operator.
Not the hero we wanted nor needed, just kind of shows up from time to time and beats up the villains.
Pretty much, yeah. It's and one of the coolest people to race with, so I always enjoy my time on track together. And doing a lovely job. Anytime you're in the top 10, I've always said this in OOR, you are having a good day out.
Yeah, especially in a Duros or Enduros race.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's so many factors. Outside, what's the word? Variables. Well, you've got to take into account during racing. So, doing a solid job and cracking on beautifully.
If you hear the cats mewing, it's because my wife just got back.
Yeah.
Here's the replay of the Reddy on little, I'm sure it must have been a slight spin through the dip. Yeah, oversteer, understeer. He keeps that out of the wall, which is very good. That is a good avoidance from the Porsche.
Big side, big side. Oh, and just unfortunately locked it back into the wall.
Well, he's just trying to get out of the way of the other racers, I'm sure, because a bit of rear damage for safety and insurance of the other drivers going on.
Definitely did a good job holding brakes, which is what we asked for, and hopefully, yeah, just like touch, be able to crack on. So, 1 hour, 46 minutes remaining in round 3 of the Simrig Jog. Oh God, I cannot speak today. Simrigs.com Duo Series from Spa. English is very hard today. I think we might go with some gibberish from now on. And Brad Cook's in. So Cook is in. That is, what's that? 75 minutes into his stint. So, and big time. So how that Audi's holding on, I've got no idea. he's doing some serious tire whispering.
He's got the expanded fuel line, like what they do in cheating in NASCARs, where they just have the super thick fuel line that can hold a few extra liters in there.
Flux capacitor, that's what it is. Yep. So it's more the tyres that surprised me in the Audi. The Audi's notorious for sliding. So the fact that he's holding onto those tyres, I'm going to make a call though, I reckon.
Yeah, that Audi is still going strong. Rocket's evolved. Yes, this is definitely evolved from a Rocket. Now, because he's still P1,
Wow.
but we'll have to see with Bigness still behind. Viney, finally a Porsche on the podium. I'm sure you're happy, Sean.
Yep, it's all right because look on the radar.
Uh-oh, here we go. Just after some, if not most, and that is perfect timing. That is perfect timing for the Audi right there, because now they can, yeah.
No, that is perfect timing for the Porsches. Let's have a think here. So, probably 75 Porsches, I know this is 80, and I have seen them push out the 90. So this is going to be very interesting. That timing is doing a quick mass here again. That's ugly. That's really ugly. They're going to be halfway
Indeed.
to a stint here.
Indeed, because now we see that in 316, Michael Babb is now in the car. That is the car of Patrick Johnston. They must have swapped, which means everybody who swapped previously to this, they're running on dries. There's rain in 30, so halfway through their stint, it'll be wet. So I have to see what goes on there and how that influences the strategy.
Do you short fuel? That's another.
And we also don't know if that rain is going to be long rain or short rain, too.
That's right. It's a tricky call. I mean, love to see what's coming after it, because if we see what's coming after it, that right at the moment you're in a bit of a guessing pattern, and I think that's what these Porsche drivers are now mentally calculating. They're like, oh, what do we do here? What do we do?
I completely agree with you, because once it gets to that stage, it really paid off in the first part of the race. That was a nice slide and save right there, Viney. Woohoo, sexy car. It's having the dries paid off, because you stuck through the wet and then you had the pace advantage over everybody else in the wet. But now, will sticking on dries go support you here, or will the wets be the choice? We can only see by doing the race.
Look, I think dries will be the choice at the moment, but if you can extend, yeah, look, I think it doesn't matter, even the board, everyone's going to have to come in for dries. I feel like it depends on how long this rain shower lasts, everyone's going to have to come in for wet. No two ways about it.
Yeah, because everybody's running on fumes now, as we see Stephen Ty in the pits, Hignett taking P1. I'm sure they're low on gas as well. Viney, Lucas back into P3, and he's still 10 minutes, 15 minutes into his stint. And going down to K, who I'm sure hasn't had a pit stop yet, and Nathan Monks, who has had a pit stop, 33 seconds down from K.
So, it's hard to work out the strategy at the moment. There's a lot of different sort of things at play here as Ignat pops the pit lane, so we're right there, spot on the money, as always, Mr. Gormley. And pop in and keep an eye on whether he hands that over as well, as now Mr. Pete Barney will take over the lead of the race. Pete repeats Porsche. Very nice. Like the name.
That's a funny pun, because the other driver for that is Pete Chalmers, so Pete, you know.
And once again, John explaining something I probably didn't need explaining, but that's why he's giving us all the stuff, all the good.
Pain and Misery, the team name, I'm sure has much inspiration. No, I'm done. I'm done.
So
No, it's always
who's pain and who's misery in that case?
Pain would have to be JC every time he messes up a pit stop, and Misery would have to be Lucas trying to drive the recovery drive. But, you know, JC is a super fast operator, and he can drive himself to victory as well. Like, there's no shade thrown at all. These are some of the top drivers in this car. But I've seen how JC drives, and I've also seen how Lucas drives as well. You know, he may be a machine, but he does have some mistakes here and there.
He does. Lucas, I call him Captain Positive. And yeah, he's 100% on the side of that argument. Make no mistake there, but he's showing what he does best, and that is driving a GT3 car in the sim world very, very quickly. And he is putting on a bit of a, let's be honest, a bit of a spanking here, and really showing why he is one of the series. Probably I'd go close to say quickest operator in OOR at the moment, who races sort of full time. So
yeah, there are some people who do show up who do challenge Lucas's reign. A few of the names that come to mind are Peach, Jean-Pierre Sonakis, we've got Fadli Rakhmat, we've got Philip, sorry, Pip Bakita.
Sorry to interrupt there, that was a BMW.
No problem.
Theme in the background there that had a moment, that's Neil Haynes. Hainesy's had a moment. Oh no, Hainesy, that is desperately unfortunate. They were trucking along nicely as well. They were putting together a good solid race. So hopefully not too much damage there on the BMW, and they can truck on and try and salvage a decent result, but a bit of a shame there.
That is a beautiful BMW, great livery, and you can see the hood is just flapping, so that is a decent amount of damage, and we'll have to see if they decide to fix or keep driving, because that flappy hood, that's going to kill the top speed. And just have the car rougher to handle, which in the BMW, the tire wear is already a substantial consideration.
It is. It doesn't feel good on the tires. It's a weird car, the BMW. I still can't get my head around it. I don't know whether it's the downshift thing or I just can't work it out.
I feel that way with the GTR, and I just... Yeah, the BMW is definitely a unique choice, and here we go, a replay of what happened. So coming into Pouan, he must have just oversteered right on the outside. Yep, right there. Keeps it out of the wall. Oh, oversteers. Yeah. Front end damage. Slides, but he's hold brakes, and now he's just gonna have to try and go back. You can't turn wide enough to not hit the wall there, but that was a very good... He could have been a lot worse, honestly, but holding brakes and just 2 taps into the wall. And I'll be right back, Sean.
Oh, thank you. So, not damage too bad though, so we're still trucking on. So, got a couple of driver swaps as well. So, Chris Taylor's jumped 695 Honda. Pickers then in the 991. So, he's taken over from Carl Johnston there. Shawnee Bubnow's jumped in the 69. Nice. Lamborghini. And, oh, what's going on here? Oh, that looked really awkward. So that was Sean Bubnow, and that was the car there in front that, not sure, was that Haynes' BMW? Yeah, hang on, so Lee's in the pit, so Steve Tiger, is that still that pit stop? That seems long. Well, what is going on? It's all cracking on here.
Alrighty, I am back. I saw that from the bathroom. I left the door open, man.
And there's an image. There's an image everyone now have stuck in their heads.
What do you mean? I was just grabbing a bottle of water from the bathroom. Nothing else.
Right.
But yeah, that was definitely gonna want a replay of that. But as we are now on board with Sean Bubnow in the Lamborghini, Biggie Higgy really drove a really good stint for the first half of the race. Now, yeah, we are officially halfway into the race, and rounding out your P10. First the replay. Have to see.
Here we go. So here's Shawnee Bubnow. We've got a car there on the outside, sort of
blue flagged.
Blue flagged. Everything looks pretty normal. Yeah, that's... Oh! So the GTR just outbroke himself, and avoidance there. Sean Bubnow, buy that man a lotto ticket.
Just want to give a shout out to Blake. She'll probably be watching this video back later. Thank you for going wide and just, biting the bullet and not taking out Bubnow, because that's just outbreaking yourself, and that's just some real good sportsmanship right there.
Yeah, very much so. Well done, Blake. That definitely will be a Code Brown moment, though, 100%, as our race leader Pete behind him pops into the pit lane now, and he will pop over to the other Pete. And 1 hour 36 remaining. That's going to be super tight on fuel. Oh, that will be very close on fuel.
Yes, and now halfway through the race, rounding out our P10s, we got Lucas Keys and then Liam Kay, who I think hasn't pitted yet, so that's possible to change. We've got Nathan Monks back into P3, Michael Pickford into P4. Now, Michael Pickford, that is the other driver on the team for Carl Johnson. So we'll have to see how they go as well. Chris Taylor now in the Smokestack Racing Honda, and Chris Taylor, once again, very fast driver. Callum Gibbo, Pete Viney.
Go, Gibbo.
I thought they went in for a pit stop. Yes, they're coming out right now. So that is a pretty good position to come out. A. Curie, that is the other driver for Breno Ellis on their team in the Piggy Porsche. Peppa Pig. No, I know it's a livery meant to be an homage to an older racing Porsche. I remember that. And Bub now rounding out P8, Griffiths in P9, and Torcolini. Two chickens, P10.
Damiano here, running in P10 at the moment, and really putting the pressure on Blake here as well. So that P10 position, and Porsche, but his teammate right behind him in Spenceley. Then Pete Chalmers there, and Mr. Babb. Here comes Mr. Babb. I was sort of watching him just climb up the leaderboard slowly, and very much the brain of the organisation when it comes to strategy.
Yeah, Michael Babb, he's a very consistent driver, and just, you can't deny it, you know? But right again, in front of him, Pete Chalmers, we've got 4 Porsches in a row. That is a total of, what, 6 times 4, what is that, 18, 24? 24 pistons all firing for position. I'm not good at quick maths. And Blake Griffiths stuck right behind the Lambo of Bub now, and right in front of 4 Porsches hungry for positions.
That was very good. Great.
Yeah, it's just like having seat time in the car, you know, once you commentate. And yeah, if anybody wants to try and commentate, you know, just put in your number, give it a shot, do some practice. It really isn't as scary as you think it is, because once your brain gets into driving, once it's warmed up, all the pistons are firing. Not many in my head, let me tell you, but once they're all going, it's a fun time, and I'm really happy to be sharing the booth today with Sean Muller and having Glenn on the cameras as well.
Oh, thanks. So, yeah, commentary is a lot of fun, so if you want to get involved, yeah, definitely reach out to Discord, and Blake's actually the person the best to reach out to, and you've got to get all signed up and hooked in, and yeah, just have some fun with it. Of course, some of us commentators do take it a little bit more seriously than others. I have no problem saying I do take my commentary seriously.
Yeah, I was hoping you were looking in a mirror as soon as you said that.
Yeah, cool.
A little known tidbit. More useless facts. Sean has a specific computer set up, like the laptop will be over there, the monitor will be over here for everything, the microphone set up specifically for commentating, completely different from his gaming setup. As once again, we've got Thurcolini just challenging the rear of that GTR right there, the Cow Sonic. Wait, what does that say on the top right? Bob Car? I think that says Bob Car.
Come on, Damiano, get close so we can read it. Bob Car? Yeah, we'll go with Bob Car. Yeah, I like that. It is Bob Car. Very good eyes there from John. And getting word through at the moment as well that the rain may last 10 plus. So keep an eye out. That's really going to throw a cat amongst the pigeons, or a rhino in a china shop. I know people love that. Oh, right,
yeah, or a bison in Kyalami. That's, yep.
Sorry there, Damiano's going to try and set it up inside, but shuts the door there, Blake, at Stavilo. Now it's a curveball for air. Oh, that's where you don't want to show the nose.
Look at that GTR go.
And now what that has done is compromised Damiano's exit here, and that's going to allow Spenceley to coast up to the back. Now, will there be any sort of team orders or McLaren-style conversations here? Because, yep, papaya rules. Now, I wonder if Damiano will be on the phone and said, hey, who's the boss of this organisation? But great drive from Spenceley so far. They've definitely been the Pro-Am class of the field at the moment.
Yeah, so Porsche guy on Porsche guy, and then we've got the Pete Repeat team, And then we've got the other Kovacs team of Michael Babb and... Oh, great, now I forgot the name. Ah, I'm a horrible commentator. Anyway, let's keep going. Saxon Hayes in the BMW now. So Saxon Hayes, and I think his teammate was Ben Vintner, who's also, it's just full of fast guys here. James Gaze has a DT. Hopefully we'll be serving it soon. Glory Babby in the... Ooh, that is
Wow, did you see that?
sketch. Yeah, I could see that while I was still focusing on the timing board on the left. Man, these Porsches are scary to drive sometimes.
They are wild. Especially when you hit the curves, as we jump on board, listen to the greatest sound in the world. And Damiano is showing why he is one of the top tier operators in a Porsche and one of the presidents of the Porsche fan club. And he is giving Griffiths the big old hurry up here. And of course, two great sort of community members as well. They put a lot of time into OOR, so it's great to see them out on track and enjoying what we're all here for, sim racing. Oh, again, Blake, the Apex is over to the left turn. Please, always get scared when they run right at no name it. Oh, it's one of those corners you get wrong, go bad very quickly. And again, Blake just struggling to get the nose in. Damiano is all over at the moment. He's going to have a move at pit back. He thinks about it, but the door is firmly shut there. That is
very good reactions from Damiano there, just keeping, you know, just a few chickens between him and the GTR, because that looks so sketchy. And if it's a little tap mid-corner, it's potential for the GTR to slide. That is a big run on Blanchimont. He has to lift off the gas, though, and that may compromise his overtaking capabilities. But he's still in the slipstream. Still in the slipstream, which means he's still in the fight, too. And Spenceley still rounding out the back there, looking for opportunity as he goes... left, right, looking down, bus stop. The Porsche does have better braking than the GTR, so we'll have to see what happens right now. Bus stop, Damiano's on the outside, cleans it up, pulls it up, and Blake goes real wide. That is unfortunate, and Damiano takes the spot.
Great stuff there. That was a good exchange. Unfortunately, Blake just had a bit of a moment there at the bus stop, but looks like that Bergolini has got that done, and the MRT gets past the cow livery. Yes. Thank you in chat for the irony. I agree. There is a delicious irony in that. And Damiano will now try to expect Damiano to get their head down now and just try to see if you can that gap with Shawnee Bubb now. Who's currently running in 7th. And we've just ticked over the halfway mark while watching round 3 of the Simrig.com Duo Series live from Spa. And I am Sean Muller, and joining me is the one and only John Gormley, with the one and only Glenn Germain on the camera. And also a big shout out to our wonderful race directors and stewards who do an amazing job. And of course, the VIPs and the MVPs are chat. Hope you are enjoying your Saturday night. It is good to bring you all the action, and we've still got half the race to go. So get around it. And rain, dude.
Yeah, I will say that it's been, honestly, very clean race for Spa. Halfway through the race, you know, we had the first few incidents at lap 1. That's because of wet Eau Rouge, or soon to be wet at the time. But yeah, now we've got Lucas Keys in P1, Nathan Monks P2, Pickford P3. That is all 3 GTRs rounding out the podium. We've got Chris Taylor, Smokestack Racing in the NSX pulling up. Gibbo P5 in the Mustang, great drive. We've got Porsche, Lambo, Porsche, GTR, Porsche, Beamer. Lambo Porsche, you know, just the odd Beamer right in there, right in the middle.
We get a camera on number 5, 13. Thank you. Is that Saxon Hayes in a BMW?
It is. Yes, it is, with Benny Vintner. So
what
Saxon.
Is going on there?
Yeah, in a race where there's mostly GTRs, he's in a Beamer.
Notorious Audi lover and GTR enjoyer, Saxon Hayes, is in a BMW. You need to find out what's going on there. I need some in-depth discussion.
That is...
damaged BMW.
Is that a visual bug? Or is that just a... Yeah, we'll have to see if that's actual... That is a lot... Oh, hopefully that is just a visual bug. But yeah, Saxon Hayes. Almost called him Sexy Hayes by accident. Saxon Hayes in the BMW. Yeah, that is a... So, I'm losing it. The Freudian slip is going strong right now. But yeah, P13 in a damaged Beamer that is still holding on fairly strong with Glory Babby right behind him in the 28 Lamborghini.
Oh, that's fantastic. Can someone clip that, please, and make sure you tag Saxon? That's fantastic. I love it. Oh, right. Straighten up. Yeah. Oh, dear, oh, dear. So
Now,
running in 13th at the moment, so doing a nice job. Like the team name, both freak braking. That's also known as panic braking technique. Not very effective, but has to be done sometimes. And they're currently chasing down Michael Babb, currently in 12th position. So, interesting race so far. Still a little bit to play out with these strategies. I'm not too sure what the Porsche guys are doing in terms of their numbers and whether they're just going to split the race, or we know the GTRs, the Honda, the Ford and the Lambo will have to stop again. That we do know. And the BMW as well on screen of Saxon Hayes here definitely will have to come in again, but the Porsche were a little bit unknown at the moment.
yeah, we'll have to see if anybody is going
to...
Oh, yeah, that is not good news right there for anybody who is on slicks. And this also just opens the avenue for more strategy decisions to make. Now, I do want to mention, if we could get the camera back onto car number 914 and P10 for Spenceley, who's still trying to put the moves on Blake for position there. Another Porsche on the Kawasaki GTR.
Good battle here from Spenceley. These two are starting, Jack Miller and Spenceley, are starting to turn into my driver of the day here. They are putting together a beautiful drive, and make no mistake, to be 10th position as a Pro-Am, is a bloody good drive, and they're not just there because of things happen. They are there on legitimate pace alone. So
luck can play a factor, but skill and pace and just driving plays the biggest factor of all. And as we're heading up to La Source, now he hasn't really set up corner yet. We'll have to see how he approaches that big old GTR coming up to Camel Straight.
Now, what's also interesting times in, so 6:44 p.m. We are at Spa. It doesn't get dark about 9-10 o'clock, so that won't be a factor, unfortunately. A bit of night rain, and that's what I'm looking for. That's where as Spenceley now has a bit of a look there from just the old Craig Lowndes there. Bit of a half show the nose. Tuck back in and just, oh no!
Oh, that is, no! Okay, that wasn't a big hit. That wasn't too big of a hit. He managed to keep it going. That wasn't we'll have to see how it goes, but that is really unfortunate. Maybe just some dirty air, or I think it was oversteer going through the second half. Yeah.
Did the Porsche snap? I can tell you right now, that won't be nice to drive. The Porsche and side damage do not like each other at all. That steering will feel very second hand. I reckon there's probably a bit of left hand or right hand down going on. Should see if he can run it around. Now, with that rain shower coming, can he hold on and just get it around to that rain gun and then sort of negate that need to come into that top, repair that damage?
Yeah, if you get two birds with one stone right now, especially with that full rain for 30 minutes, that would be really, really good, and that would save up wow, that is also a beat-up Mustang as well. Would save a lot of time, as we have Ben Oliver, Aston Martin in the pits. Now Lucas Keys, Nathan Monks, Michael Pickford still rounding out the P3. We'll have to see what sort of battles now. Everybody's got sort of a few gaps here and there, but now Thurcolini, you know, within a second and a half of Bub now. We'll have to see if he decides to challenge him at all. But yeah, guys are spread out. We'll have to see how the rain changes that and if there's any more pit stops coming in soon.
Exactly, and where everyone is also on their fuel as well is going to be a very interesting thing. And yeah, just when we thought this race was settling down, got ourselves a replay here. What happened eventually? So did he just catch that curve? Ah, there it goes, yep. So the back end just started to slide out, and unfortunately with the Porsche, once the back end starts to slide out, very hard to catch. Damage. doesn't look too bad. I thought that hit was a little bit more square on than that other camera angle gave us, so that might be okay.
Yeah, I was thinking he kept the front out of it. If the front had hit, that would have been a much bigger impact, but managed to negate it and just bounce along, hit the wall twice, but yeah, just kept it out of the wall. We're on board with Pete Chalmers, the Pete Repeats shell. This is Sean's #1 livery for this race. I've still yet to decide.
Look at it, that's gorgeous. Of course, we know your Porsche racing history. Shell were very famous colours on the Porsches at Le Mans, and here is Michael Babb in the very wholesome Wally livery, and he is doing a good job here. Now just starting to flex. Yeah, I was waiting for the bin chicken boys to get sort of come towards the front end of the field. Here they come. I'm not sure the yellow wheels that I just can't do those yellow wheels, I'm sorry.
But it's construction yellow like Wally because he's a construction bot.
I get that, but I can't do it.
I was also gonna do a Wally sound effect, but I completely forgot what he talks about, what he sounds like, because it's such an old movie. But yeah, once again, Michael Babb in the Bin Chicken Racing Porsche. We'll have to see how he goes, because he's a fast operator. That word's been repeated so many times. It's on the bingo card for every commentator's booth.
Certainly is. You know, Wally, good movie. I'm more of a Toy Story fan than all car. Actually, my favourite ever character out of the Toy Story. Yeah. Fun fact for you all. And voiced by the one and only Steve Schultz.
I'm not going to say who my favorite Toy Story character is.
Oh, come on. It's got to be Paul, surely. Oh, no, that's true.
It's the fishing rod one.
Of course. Of course it is.
Anyway, back on the Calsonic GTR now.
With the barn legs, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right, back with Blake Griffiths with Pete Chalmers chasing, and then as you can see, the barrel cover just right over now. Now that
is really close on. That is really close on the straight, and that opens up the avenue for a double overtake as well for Babb. Yeah.
They're all just thinking a little bit better of it here, just playing smart. Now that forecast has changed again. So now we've got rain and only rain and clearing again. So numbers are very much crunching. That's a little bit of a shame for the race. I would like to see a little bit more rain.
That's about 20 minutes of rain and into cloudy, and it is 6:50 p.m. The track is getting colder. There's going to be less sun, so we'll see how long it takes for the track to get dry again from the wet. And we'll have to see how wet it does get. Maybe it goes flooded, maybe it just stays damp, but most likely it'll be wet going into flooded.
So the back end of the race, there could be some cars here holding on with wet tyres. This is intriguing now. Or does someone play that risk and go, you know what, it's dry enough, let's come and get some slick and see if they can make their way through the field. All to play out here. So quick race recap with an hour 17 remaining. You are watching round 3 of the Simric.com Duo Series from Spa. It is Lucas Keys leading the way in the 139 from Nathan Monk. Very nice job there for the skill issue boys up in second. Michael Pickford there in third position with Carl Johnson. How have they done that? That is a storm drive. Chrissy Taylor in fourth position. Gibbo there with Giri Zircolini, Bob now in sixth and eighth, and then Blake Chris and Pete Chalmers, who we are watching on screen at the moment, 8, 9 and 10, with Babb and Spenceley just outside there. And Babb is really starting to wind the wick up here now on Chalmers. Kind of think he wants to get past here. Probably feels like he can get on the back of Blake and just get that move done as they head down now through Eau Rouge and up over the top of Radio. And you can just see the cloud cover starting to come across the line to start to take effect. For me, this is Spa at its absolute best.
Yeah, we're in the double slipstream right now as Pete Chalmers goes out I think he'll go back in. Yeah, there's not enough of a drive there for him to stick his nose in. But yeah, also Bab stuck in the double slipstream from Pete Chalmers and the Blake combo. We'll have to see how this keeps going because Blake's still defending really well, and Pete Chalmers and Michael Bab just keep looking. They keep applying pressure. Bab applying pressure on Chalmers, and Chalmers applying pressure on Blake. But as you can see, heading into No Name, and that is, ooh, yeah, hits the brakes right there as Bab goes on the grass, and that is a blue flag behind them as well.
That is a blue flag. Aston as well, who's got some pace on all of them. So this is getting a little bit of a spicy meatball here. Oh, again, that line just worries me there from Chalmers. Never a fan
We've got
of that.
rain.
Oh, rain. We have rain. It is raining, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got an hour and 15 remaining. What do you do? This is going to be intriguing. Oh, you know what? If I'm a Porsche driver and I'm a little bit down, I'm coming in now. And I'm going to throw some wets on. And I am absolutely sensitive. Oh, Chalmers now is going to have a go here at Griffiths into Blanchimont. This is the fastest corner on the track. This is 260 kilometers an hour. Oh, Blake just absolutely did not let up there. Maybe got an invoice, but that's going to allow Bab now to go around the outside down into the bus stop. Goes super deep, way too deep, unfortunately. Couldn't pull it up. Now the Aston. Oh, there's a little touch out from the Aston. That will not impress Bab much, especially if that's a blue flag. Wow, that everyone got out of that well. I think that is the 1-2-1 of Daryl Lim there, currently down there in 20th position at the moment. So, wow, that was very intriguing. And it looks like Chalmers got that job done as well on Griffiths. They head up now towards Rouge and Radion for another time. And Bab now just swings around the outside of Griffiths. And maybe that was a bit of throttle blending there. I'm not too sure what went on there, but they'll truck on now. But wow, that was a good little exchange.
I just want to mention, I think Bab outbraked himself purely because of the rain right there. He made the move, he solidified the shot, but he just couldn't keep it because the track just got greasy. And as they were going through La Source, I also saw Gibbo pitting in the pits, possibly changing tires, because he just got out, you know? So that must be a tire swap, as now Bab is applying pressure onto Chalmers right here. Both on slicks, track is greasy, temperature dropping. There goes Chalmers, way too wide, just understeering. There's Bab, slight contact, side by side, rubbing his racing, and Bab's gone and done it. Bab's gone, taking the position. As he goes wide into No Name, he saves it. Man, this is the rain. The rain is the great equalizer.
And it's increasing. Rain increasing. It is about to absolutely, excuse my French, piss down. And the race has gone off. I'm calling it, the race is about to go off. Here we go. So now this is where the Porsches will start to flex their muscle. Oh, we've got a car go around. That's Haynes to get around in the ANZ CRL BMW. And
don't go back on yet.
We've got a few drivers now. Pit lane activity is now to become fever pitch. We've got Mad Mike Crick in the pit lane. Bickley's in the pit lane. The prick lane. Did I just say that? Jesus Christ. What's going on here?
Cricky, pit lane. It's an easy thing to mess up, you know. But yeah, Christopher Taylor as well. Smokestack Racing in the pit lane. They're going on wets. Track is now damp, so it went greasy. Now it's damp. People are hitting for the wets because they see that, you know, maybe it isn't worth it. As Bab is still on slicks and still pushing, grabbing on the curves. Chalmers has lost it. He's about to get passed by the Aston of Daryl Lim. That is still a blue flag, mind you. So if there is contact, that would be very, very unprofessional. But yeah, no, yep. Yeah, they're all going for the wets right now. Wait, as Sonic still maybe trying to get some clean air, you know, I guess.
Clean air, or maybe
running out the driver's stint?
Maybe running the driver's stint out. They could be tight on driver number. So they're going to have to run around till they hit their number. This has absolutely thrown the biggest cyclone into this race. It has completely thrown a spanner in all the works. Everyone's calculations, the best laid plans have absolutely gone to crap. Lucas Keys, even our leader's in the pit lane now. So that will have to be a driver swap over to JC, no doubt about it, and they'll fill that GTR up to try and get it home. and everyone's popping in the pit lane now. So hold tight, ladies and gentlemen. This order is about to be completely reshaped.
Yeah, JC absolutely loves it in the rain, and we'll have to see if that 120-liter tank can make it the whole time without fuel saving or with some pressure, but it should be fine because in the wet you use less fuel anyway. But wow, that is so many cars in pit lane. That's also the car of Benny Hignett. We've got Smokestack Racing coming out right now. This is George Cook on the Taco Sport, the McLaren. We've got Lim in pits. Eric Scarney is leaving right now. So Mike Crick swapped for Eric Scarney. Carl Johnson back in the 991 GTR. We've got Yao in P5. Everything's been completely reshuffled. It's a Rubik's Cube race right now.
It certainly is. So we're just going to have to wait till a bit of, as Mark Scape would say, a bit of cleansing goes on throughout the field, and we can sort of work out what is what, who is where, and then we can go from there. So currently at the moment on the leaderboard, out on track is Griffiths, who did not come into the pit lane. So having a look here, that is Kiri coming back out.
It's Breno now.
It is Breno, so Breno's popped in, smart, I like it. Pop the quick driver in. And it is proper raining out there now. Proper wet. We should start to see some rivers coming across the track very soon. Holy crap, that is really raining. And you can just see, even on the wet tiles, oh my God, wet tires.
It's too much excitement.
It is, drivers are struggling for grip here.
Yeah, those wet tires still aren't warmed up yet either, because now Breno back in the wet, Porsche in the wet once again. This is where the Porsche reigns supreme, and we'll have to see after that sort of reshuffle what goes on, because now Patrick Johnston, Michael Babbs driver swapped out for Patrick Johnston once again. Pete Chalmers still in. We've got Spenceley still in the Porsche down there as well. Now Saxon did swap for Ben, which means Saxon, I feel like he barely drove. We'll have to see if that has any effect on the driver's stint at all. Now, Bab was in there for a solid chunk, but once again, it's a 60-40 ratio. And most of these drivers only swapped in at about the 1 hour and 40-minute mark.
Yep, certainly. So, I'm just going to pop out for 5 minutes, make calls, and I'll be
no problem. Everybody will be in the deadly hands of me, Gormley. As, you know, we're still rounding out. Now, after JC and Nathan Monks made their respective pit stops, once again, we'll have to see Yep, Nathan Monks dropped to P3, Blake Griffiths still in P2, but Blake Griffiths yet to change the tires. And 121, speeding in pit lane, 44. Yeah, penalties are coming out right now, but we'll have to see how it goes in the rain, because it's getting wet and it's just getting more wet. The wind has picked up as well, but I don't think that'll have much effect on any of the racers, as JC now coming up on the blue flag of Ben Vincer in the BMW.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I had to run back. I didn't know I was talking. That was the world's quickest nature break. And just having a look at Blake's having a real time holding onto that GTR on slick tyres. Wow, that would not be fun to drive at all. Proper wet now. It is bucketing down. And this might go wet at the end of the race, considering the track temp and the wind at the moment, which is absolutely blowing a gale. So this race has been completely turned on its head here. Oh, wowee! Blake right out sideways, GTR style, and just holds on to it with JC now right there, and gets that done pretty easily, I would think, with wet tyres on. And Blake, I think, has to come in now, surely. Oh, wow. Okay.
Making it last. It must be the driver's stint.
Got to be the driver's stint. The only thing I could think of.
Sorry about that. I got disconnected. I don't know how long I was rambling for.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough. I was wondering what was going on here. Okay, I'll be back in 3 then.
No problem. Dink donk with the moister than an oyster. Yeah, it's definitely moist on this track right now, much to the drivers. Some of them like it. We, the viewers, love it because this is excitement. This is just okay, that's enough. Oh no, that is a big slide. Very good on Blake for saving that because that could have been so disastrous, especially in the wet. The car would have just kept going the whole way straight into the wall, especially coming up Radillon like that. As we're heading towards Lacombe now, we'll have to see what sort of battles pop up here and there. As yeah, oh, here we go, Bubnow and Johnston. Johnston once again in the Porsche, not the car that he's normally in. He's normally in a Bentley. But Bubnow, a serious operator, and Patrick, very fast as well. He's easily pro class and pro pace. We'll have to see how he goes in the wet, because I'm thinking the Porsche has definitely got the pace advantage here. You know, Porsche TC, wet tires, everything. It's working, most likely working against Bubnow. We'll also have to see how well the Lambo does in the wet, too, because Lambo doesn't have good top speed. Porsche can do with a good slipstream. Just let this run out. We'll see what goes on. You know, having the spray in your face says that is a bit of a slide from the Bubnow Lamborghini, and Patrick just clears it easily. That is very good reaction from Patrick, and a good save again from Bubnow, from Sean, because I would not want to be in this race right now. This is a great view just to show the sort of spray you can expect, and can't really see your braking markers, but at this point, you know, 2 hours in, you should have the muscle memory in. As oh, Patrick goes slightly wide there. He's still keeping it under reins because the rivers are starting to form now. This is the elevation changes on Spa, especially with how the track is done, makes so the rivers do form. Curbs are death, some curbs are not death going into Pouan, and you really don't want to lose it just anywhere because it just starts bleeding time here and there. Yeah, that Porsche is really pulling away now. Just the traction of it.
Alright, I am back, and just to let everyone know, Jack said good night to everyone.
Oh, good night, Jack. Hopefully you had a good time slamming imaginary people into walls, because, you know, smackdown.
Yeah, he's got his pillows there, his opponents. And I actually watched him do a massive, like a elbow drop off the top of the couch. I'm like,
oh yeah, yeah. I was doing that stuff as a kid too, man. It felt great.
It was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens match tonight, apparently. So that was he was getting around that. So what is happening back with this race? So it looks like it's JC leading the way from Cubby, and then Blake Rose, Babby, Carl of the Johnson variety, Christy Taylor, Yull, Gibbo, Damiano here, and Patrick Johnson are your 10 at the moment. And just a bit of a weather update. It's as you can see, it is very moist, moister than Nan's mud cake, and it looks like it's going to hang around for at least the next 20-30 minutes, which is a good chance we're going to finish in a wet track, as Carl Johnson just slides and puts a lap on the Lamborghini there of, I believe that is, just having a quick look at my race score, that is Babby. That's actually for position, I believe. Yep, it is. Carl Johnson again showing he has got this GTR absolutely flying. Wow! Oh, wow!
That would be pretty bad strategy choice, but hey, maybe they're just taking Ferrari strategy as he goes right past Blake Griffiths as well for position. This guy is on fire, especially even in the wet. So it's like that one episode in SpongeBob, you know, how do you make fire underwater? Carl Johnson is doing it right now, right in front of our eyes.
He certainly is. Okay, so Babby and the Lamborghini's on dries as well, we're hearing.
So same for Blake Griffiths then, because Griffiths, I'm sure, is still on dries too, because making that driver stint count, you know, just the cow Sonic just sliding around.
It's put him in a bit of no man's land, really. just, yeah, it looks like they've got their numbers a little wrong, and it's just really put them out of position, which is unfortunate because they looked very strong. Most of the cars looked really strong, which is a shame, but still plenty to play out. Still got just a tick over an hour to go of round 3 of the simrigs.com Duo Series from Spa. And it is Sean Muller and John Gormley bringing you all the action with the one and only Glenn Germain on the cameras. And we're about to tick over and bring you home for the final hour.
This could be a 200 IQ play as well, because if Blake brings it all the way to the end of the rain, she could swap for dries and have Lucas, Marshall, go just full blast. The track will be damp for a few laps and when it dries up, but then if it stays dry for the remainder of the race, that will give Marshall a very good run, as opposed to everybody else who will have to pit one more time for dries. If they run out the wets the whole time.
Yeah, my concern with that though is the track tape being at 16
completely
degrees. Yeah, I don't think this is going to dry out overly quickly. I mean, it might with that wind at 13 kilometres an hour, so yeah, there's a bit to play out here. Oh, there we go. We've just got a weather update. So, looks like rain ending in 10. Ooh, that is going to be right on the cusp here. This is very interesting.
Can Blake hold out for another 10 minutes with the dry tires? We'll have to see when Marshall will come back in, as we're on board with the Patrick Johnston Wally Porsche.
They're currently running in 9th position at the moment. Solid drive here from the Bin Chicken lads. Doing a beautiful job. Of course, Patrick Johnson, very quick over in Fruit Bowl land, a very famous Fruit Bowl operator. And great to see a couple of the Fruit Bowl drivers popping along now too. Oh, lovely slide there from Patrick. Beautiful sack. That's how you drive a Porsche. On the rear.
I like to imagine what it feels like driving like that is like when you're cutting a piece of paper with scissors and then it just glides along, like with no effort. You just, yeah. As we're on board with JC now. Now, JC completely loves the wet, so he's probably having a ride of a time right now. Yeah, he is having a ride of a time. 1, he didn't have to do a pit stop. 2, he's driving in his GTR, his favorite car, in the wet. And 3, he's in P1.
Yep, so pretty successful day out there for JC and Lucas Keys, and they look very strong. I'm going to be honest, I don't see anything sort of getting in their way unless a dramatic, catastrophic failure. They are looking very strong for the top step on the podium. And
AC's, more blue flags.
That's always just makes you a bit nervous.
Especially in the wet rain going on here, but yeah, pain and misery. JC's probably got the biggest smile on his face right now.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, these conditions, GTR, as you can see, look, just sliding the rear, big smile on his face, going, woohoo, one hand out the window. Why not? Grabbing the kebab as well.
Just another Sunday cruise for JC right here.
So Diabol's just updating us there with the 175 and the 28 that were P9 and P11 when they come in for their stop when the rain hits. So just keep an eye on that as well, just with that strat and how that all plays out. There is a lot to play out here. That forecast though is really not nice. That's an ugly forecast.
It has very much been to our entertainment and the detriment of all the drivers out there with the sort of driving around and just making strategy decisions. But we're on board with Tim Gobe in the GTR, wet tires, going through Pouan, and he's managing to keep it there. We'll see if he gets commentator cursed or not. But yeah, Skill Issue Racing, the GTR. Once again, these, Tim Gobe and Nathan Monks, were in the Tented Motorsports Aston fighting against the Skill Issue Racing GTR of Saxon Hayes and Luke D for P4 or P5 back in Coda Enduro.
Yep, so Gibbo now. So Gibbo's gone past the slick runners of Griffiths and... Ooh, so Babby's dropped down a little bit there as well, but...
Babby's still on slicks, I'm pretty sure, too.
So Gibbo now is up into 6th position. Nice job, Gibbo. And now we'll work on the black. Blake, and I don't think that take too long at all, so that'll be then P5 for the Pixel Racer Mustang. Good, solid result. And should be able to get this done. Probably just be smart, keep the nose under, and then fly past the exit of Puon. Actually get it done before the exit. Why not, Gibbo? And that is how done. And they will truck on 5th position. Nice drive.
Yeah, Blake is just bleeding. Blake and Glory both bleeding positions now because of just the dry choice on Wet Rainbow. We'll have to see if it does pay off in the future. Just, is it a long-term investment, or is it just a financial mistake? We'll have to see. As woo, Glory Babby sliding out a little bit at the back there, but now Gibbo and Damiano right there fighting for position once again. We'll have to see how this goes along, because the Mustang, you know, he's got the legs, but the Porsche's got the cornering. We'll have to see what into bus stop can be done, because we're on board with Blanchimont now.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Damiano in his element before. This reminds me of the Spa 24-hour when I drove with him, and we had the worst conditions, myself and Damiano, for like 8 hours. And he is very good in these conditions at Spa. Make no mistake, he will put extreme pressure on Gibbo here. So Gibbo's just going to have to drive that Mustang nice and straight. Just be smart with it. And don't overwork the car, because Damiano, as you can see, is going to show the nose and pull all the tricks he knows. And they don't want to get too cute, because there is one Patrick Johnson sitting right there as well. As we jump on board with Damiano now in the spray as we head up towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Look at that, you can see absolutely nothing. Well, this view you can see a lot more because this is a cheap view, but anyway.
Yeah, bonnet cam.
There we go, thank you, much better. That's where we want, immersion. And as you can see, there's a puddle right there, and Damiano found it. That's the puddle that can spit you off from the fence if you're not holding on to your wheel properly. Now, how deep does he go under the brakes? The Porsche normally very good at this part of racing. Lovely, just tips the nose and it slides across the tarmac. We can see Gibbo's just have to drive a little bit straighter, a little bit more defensive. And Patrick Johnson's right there in the rear view mirror as well. Great exchange from 2-3 very, very high class drivers.
Ooh, that is Johnson getting real close. That was a double yellow for a moment. Oh, somebody's gone off at No Name. We have to be careful about this. But yeah, now we're on board with Patrick Johnston, and you just see, yep, there's that McLaren. Ooh, that is a bit of a slide, just touching the curb, especially in the wet as we're coming into Puon. We'll have to see if Gibbo can get the front end of the Mustang around, because that is a really understeery car, really heavy car, especially in the wet. But you know, he's hanging on really well, especially fighting against 2 Porsches in their element, as you were saying.
Very much so. You can just see, look at Patrick here. He just throws the nose in. The Porsche goes, yep, no problem, sir. Happy to do that for you. Oh, would you like a bit of tail out in the egg? Whoa!
Whoa! Would you like a bit of tail out? You're goddamn right,
wow.
Sean. Wow! That is a good save as well, because that could have sent him into the wall if he didn't catch it fast enough.
Now we're driving by Braille. This is purely on instinct now. As you can see, we're not too sure. I don't know what view that Patrick drives in. But if you're in cockpit view, this is where you do drive by a little bit of instinct. And you see that Gibbo driving beautifully at the moment. I've been a victim to this Gibbo defensive driving, and it's very difficult and extremely frustrating. Oh, he's a little deep there. Damiano tries to slide it around the outside, but there's nowhere to go there. And then Patrick now is going to have a bit of a look. Is there an overlap there between the 2 Porsches? They head down now towards Las Horse. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide here. Damiano's going to try and go on the inside.
Patrick gets the switchback.
But Patrick slides it up the inside. Oh, if he can hold on to this now with the Eau Rouge. There's just overtake of the day. That was a goal, but here they go. No, they're going to have a conversation at Eau Rouge. But Patrick's got that done. What a move. Fantastic.
That was a double overtake on pace alone. Just the setting it up, the switchback, having Damiano go wide against Gibbo, and now Gibbo has to fight back for position once again. But now they're going side by side once again into Lacombe, and we'll have to see who manages to survive this, because Patrick will be on the inside.
Oh,
Damiano on the outside.
No! As he pulled
right
that
back.
off. Oh, this is so close. Incredible racing. They're side by side again down now towards Stavolo and Rivage. Oh, there's two different lines there, but Patrick holds on. Unbelievable exchange. Wowee, that was good to watch.
We'll have to see what happens into No Name and Puan, because if Patrick messes up any of these exits, Damiano will have a second run on him right away. Man, that's heart is beating. It feels like I'm in the race, just because, you know, this is exciting stuff right here. This is where real racing gets happening. As Damiano, once again, he's hunting for that position. He wants it back. But Patrick, what an overtake. 2 overtakes in 1 corner. 2 positions.
Unbelievable overtake. Just squared off that corner beautifully there at La Source and just shot it up the hill towards Eau Rouge. Great bit of driving, and both drivers just really good with the respect as well, with space given on the track. That's what we love to see. Now, let's see what Patrick can do here. Can he get the head down and head off after Chris Taylor? And the gap might be a little bit too far. Just have a quick look, 695 there. Yeah, that gap is quite significant. So it might be a bit hard here for Patrick, but of course with this weather, we don't know what's going to happen here. So there's quite a bit to play out yet.
Yeah, there's still 50 minutes left in this race, and we still don't know who's got what kind of fuel in their cars. You know, Patrick's got 2 blue flags in between him and the 695 of Chris Taylor in the Smokestack Racing. But, man, that was just... I'm still reeling from that, because this battle's still not over. Thurcolini can still threaten Patrick if Patrick makes any sort of mistake, because that was a textbook La Source switchback that Patrick pulled off, and it was beautiful.
It was beautifully executed. That is literally straight out of the textbook, that one. As they now are coming up on one of the Ferraris, and I believe that is the Madden Mobile, as they head up towards...
And it has stopped raining.
It has stopped raining. Here we go. So, 50 minutes to go. It has stopped raining for those playing at home. Now, how long is this track going to take to dry out? Oh, it's definitely going to dry out within 50 minutes based on wind and track temp, but how long will the wet tyres last? That is the key.
Yeah, because the wet tires can get real hot, but you can still drive them. It's tough, but they will withstand the PSI that... Oh, what a slide and what a save. The Porsche's going hand in hand right now. These are some real skilled operators. Just, I wouldn't be able to save that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I could not drive this thing.
Yeah, look, I'd probably run out of skills somewhere towards the fence and the grass. That's normally where my skill runs out. Basically, as soon as I leave the track, I'm screwed. But as you can see here, Patrick Johnson is very much in a class of his own when it comes to this Porsche driving skill that he has. He does drive the Porsche. Really cool. It's really good to watch. So, just want a bit of an update as well, because the one and only Jan Tully, who's always there and on the spot with awesome information. Gibbo ran a bloody marathon last weekend. And for those who don't know, that is 42 kilometres. So of course, Melbourne Mara was last weekend. I know a few people that are a lot fitter than I that run it. But yeah, full marathon, Gibbo. Well done, sir. Hats off.
I think it was also in the span of 6 hours or 5 hours. So yeah, I could not do that. I sit on my butt all day working in an office. And I've been sick recently, so I haven't been going to the gym. But yeah, I can't do a marathon. I can barely run as is.
Well, I used to be able to run, but now, yeah, my body's like completely cooked. So, look, just thinking about a marathon, and my heart's already starting to race. So as the 175 is pulled into the pit lane.
We'll see if this strategy finally pays off.
Go. Now, what tyres do they throw on? If they're wets, not sure that's going to work. If they're dries, bold. I like it, bold. Here we go.
Wait, did Blake just come out of the pit? Oh no, here we go. It's finally updated. Lucas Marshall probably, we'll have to see, probably in the dries.
Bad wets. They're wets for sure. Look the way it's handling.
Oh. It's going to be a strange choice.
Yeah, look. No, fair play to Blake and Lucas there. They definitely tried something different. And I'm always a big fan of a different strat try. So win it or bin it, I say.
And the biggest thing, have fun.
Exactly. Because yes, unlike a lot of people, sim racing is meant to be fun, not super serious.
I enjoy racing. I'm not fast enough to bleed my heart out over small mistakes here and there yet, but I enjoy it, I love it, and I love racing, I love commentating, and it's been a fantastic time here with you, Sean and Glenn.
It has been a wonderful evening. So we've just ticked over 45 minutes to go, and it is someone leading the race. Oh yeah, it's JC, that's right, leading the way by a country mile. And then got a proper cracking battle, sort of that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th position. And then we got Gibbo, Shawnee Bub now, Benny Ventnor, Pete Chalmers, and then Spensley, who in the Porsche have been driving magnificently. They've been really one of my absolute favourites to watch. They've been so good to watch. And Spensley and Miller, here they are. And Miller really set it up with that opening stint, which was pretty epic. And just having a look at that weather as well, that has really cleared up quickly in terms of cloud cover. So with that wind speed as well, this could dry up quite quickly. I'm not sure here. This is one of those ones, will the wet tyres hold on?
Yeah, or will they blow? Because, you know, they can get really high up there in the PSI, but still, that is another 44 minutes and 30 seconds. It is cloudy. The track is still wet. It won't clear up as fast as earlier, but that is still at least 15 to 20 minutes of just dry track and wet tires and used tires as well. Now, Spensley doing a great job in the Porsche guys for Porsche, which set it up great with Miller. Then we've got Thurkelini in the Porsche guys 1, I'm pretty sure as well, that's their car. But Patrick Johnston, you know, sort of closing the gap to Chris Taylor, 8 seconds now, actually. So he's caught up a fair bit. You know, he's still got 2 blue flags to get through.
Yes, this is trying to do some 43 minutes to go. 14-degree wind, 16-degree track. I know, but I want to do these numbers. I feel like if you're on the right tyre now, you want to be on a slick tyre. I feel like the drop off on the wet, I feel like it's too much as soon as the track goes dry.
And it's also, not to mention, the longest pit lane in all of racing as well. So we have to factor that too, because just the time loss going in and out of that is, this is definitely a great race for strategy.
It is a fantastic race of strategy. The only sure thing is the 139 out in front is looking pretty much unbeatable, but the rest, there's plenty to play out here. So recapping our top 10 at the moment, just while we got ourselves a little break, it is JB Conboy leading the way in the 139. There it is, in the Pain and Misery GTR. They have been flawless all race and flying along. Purple lap as well. They are looking very much the team to beat. I'm going to call it early. I don't think I see anyone touching them. In second position is the one like Gubby in the Skill Issue Racing GTR. Great drive from Monks. Really clean opening stint and just kept his nose out of anyone's business, and they have now really solidified this second position and looking very strong, and hopefully Gobby can bring that one home. Third position is Carl Johnson, easily my driver of the day. I'm calling it now. He has been magnificent to watch and really got his head around his GTR. Silver class, absolute bullshit. He is 100% pro driver, but great drive from Carl. Chrissy Taylor there in fourth position. Nice job from the Smokestack boys. Really worked quick earlier on, but just dropped off the pace a little bit sort of when the rain came to that back end of that first stint. And they're sort of trucking along, but still fourth position, nothing to sneeze at. And then PJ, Patrick Johnson, driving with Michael Babb, another one, bullshit silver class driver, currently doing well there in fifth position in the Wally entry, and really showing the Porsche skills in these mixed conditions. Then Damiano here in 6th position. Again, another classic Damiano drive. Just keeping the nose clean, keeping himself out of trouble, and trucking along beautifully. And then in 7th position is our marathon man himself, Gibbo, who's doing a great job driving with the 1-0 Jakey Weatherburn. And beautiful drive from both drivers. As you can see, not a scratch on it, looks beautiful, trucking along as you should in an enduro. Then in 8th position is Shawnee Bubnow in the Integral Lager Relagi with the one and only Benny Hegner. They've had an up and down race, they've certainly had some moments, but again, top 10, I've always said top 10 in enduro, you're having a good day out. And Benny Ventnar in 9th position, driving with Saxon Hayes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, you did hear that right, Saxon Hayes in a BMW. And again,
actually, that BMW's crept up because it wasn't that high, and really it has.
And you can see the damage is repaired, so it must be
yeah, very much so. So that is a surprise, but a welcome one to say the least.
Not feeling that pink though, just not working for me. And yeah, exactly. And then Pete Chalmers, oh now, look at that, that is gorgeous. We can just look at this all day really. And the two Peaks, lovely job, 10th position. And then Spenceley, absolutely smashing Pro-Am at the moment with Jack Miller. They have been a class above. I feel like, yeah, Pro-Am, my butt, they're silver class for sure. But great drive. And then Babby down in 12th. And then, actually, we'll go to 13th because we haven't seen him for a while. There he is,
Scarney and Cricky.
Scarney and Mad Mike, great drive, 13th position, I reckon I'll take that.
Just want to give a shout out to Cricky as well, because he's the one who's going to be doing the photos for this, does the photos for every Enduro and does the photos for duos as well. Can't wait to see what kind of shots he can come out with, because man, they are beautiful and I want to get them printed on a poster so I can hang them up in my room.
Yeah, I won't go there. I was going to say something, but I won't. Moving on. So
of the cars, not of Cricky, no. But yeah, well, so I gotta be my driver of the day, Patrick Johnston, because he's kept it clean. He's going along, you know. He got that super beautiful overtake, but it's not just the overtake; it's just his performance overall. Just such an unusual, like you said, you know, Carl Johnson in the wrong car. Normally in a Porsche, he's in the GTR. Patrick Johnston normally in the Bentley, now in a Porsche.
Yeah, look, some drivers do like to mix and match, and then some, like this gentleman on the screen at the moment, Breno, who is very much a Porsche enjoyer, pretty much don't change. So they've had an up and down day. The 7 is, hey, is that who it is? It is, it's Cookie! Great to see Cookie back on the grid in the Jim's Mowing McLaren. So actually, a little story about Jim's Mowing. Did you know he started Jim's Mowing with $20 in his bank account and a lawnmower? That was it. And now
did not know that.
Turned it into one of the biggest empires in Australia, because they don't just have Jim's Mowing. They've got Jim's House Clean and Jim's Garden and Jim's Gutter Clean. Yep, I know. Jim does a lot. He's a multi-handyman, good old Jim. But yeah, I read that the other day. I thought it's just that I love reading stories about businesses that come from basically nothing. And yeah, Jim's is one of them. So there you go.
Zero to hero story. Does Jim do marriage advice? No. I recently just got married. But yeah, we'll have to see how this goes continuing on. But that is a very nice, it's a heartwarming story to see that, you know, people who have nothing, that's similar to a lot of, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger came to America with only $20 as well, and he made something of himself with the help of, you know, gym and bodybuilding, GYM, not JIM, at bodybuilding and all that stuff. And he's the one who brought the Hummer H1 into existence. That's my baby.
There you go. So yeah, Jim's Gold's Gym. That's the one. Is it Gold's Gym? Yeah, Gold's Gym.
Yeah, they Gold's Gym in California, yeah.
Yeah, they all had their tidy whitey singlets on.
Yep.
So, and also, congratulations, John, getting married. Well done, sir.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, 8 years. It was a bit of a shotgun wedding because their parents were like, hey, it's been 8 years. Want to have a wedding? Oh, sure. Well, why not? I always planned to. I just didn't expect it to be so soon.
I mean,
Yeah.
our invites must have got lost in the mail, but anyway, moving on.
I barely got invited too. You know? No.
Here's looking here at James Gaze, currently in 18th position at the moment. And they're trucking along in that meme Ferrari livery. Had a little bit of a moment earlier on in the race, but really have kept their nose clean on that, so they're doing a nice job. Running second in the Pro-Am class as well, so you always take that. And then Lim here, Darryl currently running there in 19th, and they're carrying a 10-second invoice there in the 121 Aston, but again, trucking along. Here's Roy Anakin in the Rob Roy Racing Pro. Big fan of that livery as well. It's got that sort of European sort of style livery. It's hard to explain, but yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Good.
Yeah, the fins, the fin pattern on the cars, as opposed to a lot of the other cars where it's just more standard and stripes.
That.
Robert Brickley.
There's Brickley in whatever that is. Yep, that's a livery. I like the black and red stripes. I'm a fan of that. Yeah, you can keep that turquoise blue though.
Yeah.
Here is
then we've got. Yep.
Classic livery, that one. Big fan. Simple. You know, that grey, blue, and red really does work with the BMW.
It's just traditional, and it's a bit heritage. And on board with this Mustang, not really heritage, more of a. It's more like the BMW one, because there's too white to be Ford. Too much white to be Ford.
Yeah, but if you whacked a big mobile down the side of that, I reckon it looks pretty cool. And here's the Pidgey racer. Here's Schultz behind the wheel. And again, I'm just not a fan of blue and pink as
the colors. Now, I do want to mention something I saw earlier. The Pidgey Racing, I saw that logo specifically on the BMW of Ben Vinterner and Saxon Hayes, so I wonder what correlation they have. Because they have, you know, the BMW has the name of both feet braking, but they have, papaya. Oh, that is a bump. Oh, well then. That is, I was about to say, it's been fairly clean this whole race, but that was a very bad bump from the Porsche of Breno Ellis as well. I have to see what happened there in more detail, if that was a early braking or just a bit of a oversight on Breno's part. But yeah.
Definitely no papaya rules there.
And as well, Bowden was a lap down, as we're on board with Daniel Clark in the BMW, the most wanted. Beautiful livery, beautiful car. Man, that is one of my favorite cars in the world is the E46 GTR with its flat, with its V8, with the straight cut gears.
Yep, very cool car. Bit unfortunate though for Clark, they've had a day. But
they've had a day, but they're making it to the end. That's what matters, you know.
And that's it, they are trucking along to the end. So just got a tick over 30 minutes remaining. Got a yellow flag there, that's the 72. Where's that? That's down near Piff Paff. So what's
that's the car that just got hit.
The Bowden. Yeah. Wow, that's not good. That is
completely
a broken
stopped.
Ferrari. That's a sight that many F1 fans have become used to seeing.
In other news, Max Verstappen won GT3 race winning a Ferrari sooner than Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc won in the recent years.
There you go. The things you learn, hey? Oh,
and that is a big slide from Spenceley. Oh, he keeps it out of the way of... That doesn't look like Scarney. That looks like Carl's car.
That was Pickford, yeah. That was the Kovac bloke.
Well, that was a very good reaction time from Pickford there in the 991 GTR. But man, that just goes to show that was into no name, I'm pretty sure.
That was
it just goes to show the race isn't over. Like, it's 32 minutes left, and yeah, the gaps have spread out, but that was still scary. And I'd like, if possible, could we go to P5 Thurcolini in the 911 Porsche? Because he is only half a second down from Chris Taylor in Smokestack Racing.
Here we go, yes. So Damiano here is got the bit between its teeth. As I said, the Porsches now just starting to flex their muscle here. These conditions are Porsche conditions. And
that's a good run right there.
Yeah, Damiano's got a great run. He's going to try and go around the outside to avoid the river. Now they're going to head down the Kemmel Straight. This is foot to the firewall. 260, 270 kilometers an hour. We know the Porsche is a demon on the brakes. Damiano is not scared to send it, but he's sent it too hard. There's been a contact. They've both gone around. Chris Taylor has held onto it by the looks of it, but Damiano has gone around. Whoa, we'll have to... Oh no, he spotted again. Oh dear. Oh no. Just breathe, Damiano. Breathe. Get it back on the track. There we go. But, oh, that all kicked off. I thought Damiano was going to have a go there, and he very much did.
Not all sends or passes, but that once again was a very good try from Damiano to try and get it through Lacombe, but just a tap and both cars go sliding, and, you know, Chris just managed to catch it a bit sooner to stop it from spinning, but Damiano just unfortunate with that.
Meanwhile, Gibbo's just back up to 5th place and going, how easy is this sim racing?
Go, go, Gibbo!
Run a marathon, come along next week, finish top 5 in Enduro. Job done.
Yeah, I'm surprised his legs are still working as we get a replay of the, the Papaya Ferrari. What happened here? Because he was coming through Pouan when that unfortunate, wasn't sure if it was a hard wheel failure or just hit the wall really hard as he's not oversteering quite yet. Not, there we go. Yeah, that's a big bang right there. On the outside curb, and it just wouldn't stop turning.
Yeah, so that covers that off. We're wondering what happened there. The Ferrari's back here with Damiano, now working on the back of Gibbo.
Dangerous blue flag right on Gibbo through Blanchimont.
No, you can't hold it around the outside, Damiano. Not a Blanchimont. Surely not a Blanchimont. He's going to keep the boot in it. Whoa, but Gibbo shuts the door. Wow, this is something. Very good defensive driving there. Oh, raining 30 right as the race ends. Lovely. So
I'm going to have to eat my words here because the track is still wet. It's not even dense. It's still wet.
I thought it would have dried out by, or started to dry out by now. As Damiano now goes up the inside of Gibbo and gets that done. Gibbo gave the space as well. And I've seen this drive from Damiano. That's a slightly angry Damiano in that car at the moment.
I'd be angry too if that happened to me. Not necessarily the first contact, but the spin of just, you know, the panic throttle. And that would kill me on the inside. As Damiano also gets hit with a plus 15 second for the initial contact.
Yeah, that's a significant penalty. That's going to maybe drop them maybe down to that 8th position off the top of my head, but we'll have to see it. We'll have to see. He's still got 28 minutes to really put the head down and see if he can build a bit of a gap and try and negate that 15-second penalty as much as possible. Got ourselves a replay, and now this will be the incident in question. We can sort of cover this story off, sort of what happened. So he's gone for the late dive. It wasn't that late, but unfortunately just understeered out of the corner and hit the side of Chris Taylor, and that was sort of the end of that. And unfortunately, yeah, that was sort of always going to be a bit of the case. You're in a kind of bit of no man's land. Then he did his best, Austin Powers, but no damage done.
Yeah, just the left rear on the tarmac and the right rear on the grass. So obviously, left side got grip, right side went nowhere, and you just turned like a boat, like a little canoe.
Yeah, so those couple of teams that were out there on slicks, this hasn't kind of played out to sort of how I think we all thought. I honestly thought this track would dry out quicker, but it's
same completely. Yeah,
it's holding wet for a lot longer. Maybe that temperature does have a bit to do with it, considering it is only 16 degrees on track and ambient at the moment.
Yeah, so keeping the wets has really paid off, and that is a surprise, in my opinion.
Yeah, I must say, I thought that they dropped right off. I thought the slick tyre runners had definitely come back towards the front of the pack, but as I say, this track just hasn't dried out.
This has definitely been a wild card for variability today, as Damiano pulls into the pits. That is this late in the race, pulls into the pits.
Why has he done that for?
The track is still wet. So if he goes to dries, he's still going to lose out like at least a few laps of time minimum.
There might be a stint timer. I'm not too sure. This is strange. maybe because of that 15-second penalty, he's like, oh, well, may as well just have a crack and send it. But again, that means he's got to serve the 15 in the pit lane now.
In the ultra-long pit lane already. But that's just... We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see how this plays out. Because JC is still in the leads, 26 minutes left, followed by Tim Go, P2, Patrick Johnson, P3, Chris Taylor, P4, Gibbo, P5. Damiano now in the pits. We'll have to see where he ends up. But Benny Vintern in the BMW, P7. That BMW just keeps sneaking up. It's like a snail. They're all slow, but they just sneak up on you.
They do, as Cookie now gets a drive-through. So that's our second track limits drive-through of the evening. And of course Darryl Lim there got 10-second penalty. That was an incident much earlier. So really clean race considering it's a mixed condition Spa race. The driving has been exemplary.
Mixed condition, 3 hours, and just 28 cars. No, 2 track limits so far.
It's probably the cleanest enduro off court. I can't remember one as clean as this. It's been exemplary. I think everyone in chat and hope is all give a big standing applause. Yeah, that works.
Standing ovation, sitting applause.
Well,
yeah.
To all our drivers, they've done a incredible job.
Yeah, everybody involved in this race so far has done fairly well.
So Gaze in the 251s in the pits as well. A couple of drivers here really rolling the dice. I would.
Throw enough poop at the wall, some of it will stick.
Exactly.
So no more, no more replays till the end of the race due to technical issues with servers and ACC. As we all know and come to love, ACC is a fickle lady at the best of times.
Okay, so no more replays means we are judge, jury, and executioner. Excellent. It's always sort of, what are we? Still a bit of live shooting from the
in a position of power? Yeah. I love it.
Wow. Yep, so Patrick Johnson now moved into 3rd position. Great drive now. This is turning into a bit of a storming drive from Bavin Johnson. So, and they start down the order? I think they did.
They did start near the mid-pack. And, Patrick drove really well, and when Bab hopped in the car, he drove really well as well. It's just consistency and also a bit of technical timing, some very nice overtakes here and there, and just clean driving.
Been a couple of big moves this race. Scarney and Cricky in their 9th position at the moment. They started 23rd, I believe. So
very much
huge drive from them as well. So it's a
fairly big surprise because the top 3 at the beginning of the race. Obviously, Lucas was there, and then we had Toto, and then we had Sean Bubnow, and then we also had Chris Taylor in the NSX, and just they've sort of still stayed there while a lot of from the back end have filtered up.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed grid, which that always happens, but I mean the usual suspects up towards the front, which we've really come to expect in these sort of Giro races and these longer races, but a couple of real standout performances. As I say, Patrick Johnson, been really good driving with Michael Babb. They've been really good to watch. Gibbo and Jackie Weatherburn, I thought, have drove really well as well. Really bit.
Into the pits now? Must be driver's stint.
It has to be driver's stint, or they are another team that might think, you know what, let's come in a couple laps early, throw a set of. Oh, this is interesting. That's got to be driver's stint. I couldn't think of any other thing. I'm not.
This late in the race, P3, I just run the wets because the track is still wet and there's still 20 minutes left. So it's still up in the air who might win, Well, obviously not who might win, but it's the P2, P3, P4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's still subject to change.
It is. It's I'm glad we're keeping with this pit stop because I really want to see what goes on with this car and whether they throw a set of boots on it or... The only two things I can think of is driver time or fuel.
Same here, because it's still wet and it hasn't dried out.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. We'll keep an eye on this as the Green Chicken crew will go to work. Okay, doesn't.
Benny Vintner in the pits as well.
What is going
Possibly,
on here?
what?
I reckon it's driver time.
It has to be. Otherwise,
It's
there's something they know that we don't.
So that rain shower really did, I think, mix up everyone's driver and stint timers. That's what's happened here. We'll keep an eye. So if Babby gets in this, we definitely know what they're in for.
Slade is now in the...
Bab's in. That was driver timer. So that's changed things again. Another little variable that we didn't sort of anticipate. Now, I didn't see any tyre change on that. They are wets on that Porsche.
Yeah, I saw the treads on that tire. It's still wet.
So we've got 20 minutes remaining. Track is still wet. I'm sorry, Blake, I've tried, but unfortunate. Yeah, the track is it's been nearly an hour since the rain stopped. That's what it felt like anyway.
Yeah, it stopped raining about the 48-minute marker, or the 50-minute marker. Yeah, so now it's been 30 minutes. Still wet, not even damp, not even greasy. Now Michael Babb in the car. Now the positions have changed once again. So Chris Taylor back in P3, Gibble back in P4, Bub now in P5, and Chalmers in P6. Now Babb has lost 4 positions to that. We'll have to see what kind of drive he can do to get it back, because he's only... We'll see once the timing board updates how far away he is from Mr. Chalmers here in the 78.
Yeah, so with these sort of... look, it is a bit of a shame the track did dry out a little bit quicker, because that really would have thrown a cat amongst the pigeons. But I've still got this feeling that the track, the last 5 minutes will be pretty spicy, I feel. Especially if this, I reckon this track's going to dry, it'll go quick. So once it goes, I reckon, from wet to damp, that transition.
To go greasy and then fast, and then, yeah, like earlier when it just went from fast to optimum, right? Or greasy to optimum, yeah.
I think, it'll transition very quickly. It's just this first transition, it's just I haven't seen it like this. Considering we've had the sun out for a good 20 minutes now, it's just not drying.
18 minutes left. Everybody has to make the most of it now, because, yeah, Babb in P7, Scarney P8, Pickford P9, and Saxon Hayes, Benny Vintner, pit stop, changed to, you know, that they only lost 3 positions. That is a pretty profitable exchange, I feel.
Very profitable. So 18 minutes remaining. So it is JC leading the way from Gubby, who is looking on screen at the moment, then from Chris Taylor. Gibbo there in 4th, Shawnee Bubb now in 5th, Chalmers in 6th, Babby in 7th, Scarney in 8th, Pickers in 9th, and Saxon, or Sexy Hayes as he's known now from John, he is currently in 10th position.
I'm never going to live down that Freudian slip.
Nova. And I've already told everyone, so everyone knows.
It's
now.
clipped. It's in the annals of time for OOR co-commentary. We'll have to see how the rest of this race plays out, because, yeah, still... Okay, so Scarney is plus 3 seconds from Babb. Babb is plus 35 from Chalmers. That's a lot of time to make up in 17 minutes of race, and I'm not sure if that's going to be able to happen, especially if Chalmers is good on driver time, good on fuel, and good on tires. But yeah, track is looking less wet now. The sun's really coming out now, but it's still wet. There's still, you know, you can still see the puddles being the spray of Tim right here coming up.
The spray of Tim. Did you just say that?
And well, it's not like he's a skunk or a cat marking his territory. It's just from the tires.
Hey, I was just asking. So, of course, I hope you have all enjoyed the evening's racing with 16 minutes remaining. Of course, coming up, we've got back to sort of BAU on Wednesday and Thursday or Tuesday actually, with our rookie series. Of course, kicking off Tuesday, a track walkthrough is tomorrow evening. Make sure you check that out. And then on Wednesday, we go sprint racing from round 5 from Misano. So that should be a lot of fun. Of course, split green and blue on Wednesday night. And then on Thursday, it is the one and only split red. And of course, LMU. I'm just checking where LMU go this week. I probably should know, considering I most likely will be calling it. Idiot.
Hey, don't be mean to yourself.
Yeah.
Only we get to do that. No. But yeah, LMU is with the Asian
Coda.
servers now.
No, not Coda,
Coda.
sorry. Le Mans. Le Mans. Oh, I might be busy. That I might have to. Might have to accidentally just jump in that race. Actually, Le Mans. Ooh, that's tempting.
Yeah, you got your cars mixed up and you're in the car instead of on the booth, but that's fine. We'll find somebody else.
Oh no. That's teasing. Really. No, I'll call that.
Blake, get on it. We gotta find somebody for LMU. Sean's done a wonderful stint this duo race. We gotta get him in the car for LMU.
We'll see how we go. Because Thursdays, that will come out on Thursdays. Make sure you check all our socials and be all across it. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, straight up, what are you doing? Just giving you the hot tip. So Breno there currently in 13th. That was a bit slow. Oh, track's gone damn. Track has gone damn.
Here we go. 15 minutes left. It's like the last 10 laps of Bathurst 1000. We'll see how this goes.
So, how quickly does it go to greasy and dry? That's the really interesting part here. Because as soon as this track goes dry, those wets start to scream. So damp to greasy, I think, is a really important transition, because if that happens in the next 2 minutes, you'd be getting a tad nervous.
On board with the beautiful Shell Racing livery from Kovacs, Pete Chalmers, Pete Viney, Pete Repeat, Pete.
Yeah, it's Peter, mate. Porter and Porter.
Peter! no, not the Oh, that is is that for position? That is, yes, that actually is for position.
Is. Jack Miller now going to put the move here on Breno. And as Jack Miller got this done, he's going to slide it up the inside KTM style. Little touch of the rear brake, get the rear out, and then just power out of the corner.
But is it enough to fight back against Breno's switchback?
No, Breno got that done. Nice move.
Once again, switchbacks at La Source reigning supreme. It's so hard to defend against that, because if you take the inside line, you just screw up. If you take the outside line, if they manage to defend well, like get the car around just in time to cut you off, that is... ooh, sorry.
That's a little close for comfort there. And
last 13 minutes of the race, yeah.
Yep.
They don't want to let go.
Yeah, we're getting into a little bit sandy territory now. And Miller's really got the eyes on here. Breno, you can just see, he's struggling in that Porsche to put the power down. The back end sliding all over the place. And this is for 14th and 13th at the moment. So, again, you can see the back end just wants to step out. He's holding on with dear life there, Breno. How he hasn't put that in the fence yet, I am shocked. Because you can just see the car does not want to turn, and then when it wants to turn, it really wants to turn.
That's just another thing. So going through Pouan, this is really dangerous, but I'm seeing spray from Miller's tires, but I'm not seeing spray from Breno's tires, as he's got a good run side by side going into Piff Paff. We'll have to see what goes on through here. Piff Paff 1, he's on the outside. Piff Paff 2, does he manage to hold the position? Or no, it looks like Breno's got it again into Stavolo 1 and Stavolo 2. But are they on different tires? And if not, is that just a visual bug? big bump. That is not a good, that is a possible invoice right there going into Blanchimont as Miller goes almost onto the grass around the outside. We'll have to see what goes on in bus stop because they are neck and neck, and that is a slide and lost speed. There we go, pushing too hard and just losing some speed, and that just opens the gap once again for Breno. But Breno is possibly on slicks, and Miller's possibly still on wets as well. Because if you just do the driver swap with no no mandatory fuel, fixed fuel driver swap, most people probably wouldn't consider taking the extra 30 seconds.
All right, so we've just got a tick over 10 minutes remaining, and this race is still quite a bit to play out. The track is damp. We're hearing that Breno is on slicks, so he really has had a bit of a backward race when it comes to being on the right tire at the right time, hasn't he? So, but slicks will be handy towards the back end of this race as Cookie decides to get involved in this action as well. Cookie goes, I am having a go here, and he is going to slide right up past both of these Porsches, and Jim's Boeing cuts everyone's grass.
Turning into Jim's Racing.
Oh, that's very good. Yes, very good there, Jim. Get around it. Nice work, Cookie. And Jim's Mowing definitely brought the victor, not the mass sport. All right, I'll stop with the Jim's Mowing joke, so I could go all day.
Yeah,
really.
that's enough. You're really cutting the line right here.
Oh, wow.
Just cutting the lap times down real short here, with Jim's mowing the Oh, no, Glenn, you keep this broadcast on. There's still racing to be done, even if it's cutting it a bit short.
So, 9 minutes remaining. Look at that. Oh, look at that forecast. They'll be glad when this race is over, just seeing that pop up. Our Cookie up into 14th position. Nice job from Cookie, just trucking along. Doing a good job. As Octane Online... Can't see. Alright, it is you. Wow, Glenn, multi-dabbiness in chat and in our ear. Love your work. Alright, 8 minutes 50 remaining. Round 3 of the Simrix.com Duo Series from Spa. We've had a mixed race with mixed conditions. So, been a really clean race though by everyone. So, really, stewards have not had a lot to do, which is great. And it's just been good hard racing from everyone. So it is Lucas Keys and JC leading the way in the green GTR. They really haven't been headed all race, been super strong and just been super consistent as well. Top quality drive from both drivers. Then Go with Nathan Monks there in second position. Again, really good opening stint from Nathan Monks, super impressive. Chrissy Taylor and Brad Cook there in third in the Smokestack NSX. Then Shawnee Bubb now and Bignett in the Lamborghini. Oh, Gibbo's in the pits. Gibbo's in the pits. What's going on there? No, what's happened? Oh, please tell me they haven't got their driver times wrong. Oh dear.
Michael Babb, once again, putting it back up. He's past Gibbo now, so that means he's in P5. So from P9, went back to P5 after having the late pit stop as well, which now Gibbo is currently suffering.
Death, taxes, and Michael Babb put in together an enduro drive. It's sort of becoming a thing now. It's definitely not luck. He's just very, very good at this long form. Here he is. Pete Chalmers currently running in 8th position. That absolute gorgeous show. Kovacs Racing Porsche. And here is the Kovacs Black Entry Peggers behind the wheel with Carl Johnson, who put in one of the best opening stints of an enduro I've ever seen. And they have done a really nice job and still trucking along there. 9th, and here is Sexy Hayes, currently there in 10th position in the BMW. That's right, you heard that right. And actually done a pretty good job,
Yeah, they just snuck up during the second half of the race. They just managed to keep making positions. And is that also Brickley in P2 Pro-Am back in P16 when they were in P23, P24 earlier?
Yeah, they've drove really well as well. there's been a few drivers that have just drove out of their skin. Here is Brickley, and yeah, up to 16th at the moment. Yeah, beautiful drive.
Not sure if that was... Oh, that was Gabi in the GTR passing Lucas Marshall. So that's a blue flag. It really didn't work out for Luke Marshall, unfortunately, because the track is still damp. I would have hoped for, you know, like a strategy comeback, but it's a big shame.
Yeah, it is a shame that track didn't really dry out, and as you can see now, the cloud cover's starting to roll back in again, so that track drying out's virtually non-existent now. That's not going to happen. And yeah, rain in 10, of course it is, and bucketing down in 30. So all I know is I'd be looking at that going, I am glad I'm
That is eating the curb.
Yes, that is munching on the curb.
A fun fact, did you know that the smell of cut grass is actually an evolutionary trait?
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else there. No, I didn't. There you go.
Yeah, specifically, it's the cows, pigs, all those herbivores grazing on the grass, and the specific scent of cut grass attracts predators.
Huh. There you go, fun facts with John, everyone. Today we learned about cut grass. Always good, always in. Now what?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention it because Jim's mowing and cut grass.
There we go. It always comes back to Jim. So,
wait. Sorry, no, keep going.
No, that's all right, you can.
I was just, it's always been Jim's mowing? Always has been. Oh, and the cow Sonic GTR pops up. Glenn, that's a pun. That's a pun from you. Very good.
That is very good. And they've been milling along all day. Hasn't been an utter disaster. And
yes, pass and gas, specifically methane.
Feels like
cow farts.
They've had a up and down day, Phil, because they had that big moment earlier on in the race with that contact there coming out of no name, but they've trucked along nicely and just kept their head down. 18th position, so probably one of those races where they just want to sort of put that one in the back pocket and move along to the final round, which is going to be where?
I do know that for the final Enduro, it will be 12 hours of Silverstone, but I am unsure for the final round of duos.
Yes, so duos go to that track that really doesn't have any content or...
Monza?
Anything. Yeah, they're going to Monza.
Oh, brother! I wish Monza would disappear from my life.
Yeah, look, I'm keen for that. 28 cars around Monza with mixed conditions. Sign me up for that. Yes, please. I'll be most likely watching that from the comfort of the commentary box. Because there's no way I am driving, any chance I'm driving a wet Monza. It's wet.
I wouldn't even drive a dry Monza. That's just because I'm a... Yeah. Yeah. Temple of speed, temple of boredom. Right.
Good old 6-turn.
Right. Oh, left. Right.
Yep. It's basic.
Yeah, Brickley is actually hunting down. Ooh. That is getting pretty... And that's a slight slip-up from Breno as car 216 as well goes wide after no name. We'll have to see what goes on here. That is for position, and Brickley has got the legs. He's in front, heading on the inside to Lacombe. That is too wide, too deep, but he keeps it. He keeps it down on the inside of the second part, and he's still going through around Malmedy. We'll have to see. He keeps it through Rivage, and I have to see if Breno can sort of make any sort of overtake here, because the Porsche should be better through the cornering, but Brickley, that GTR looks like it's on rails right now.
Certainly does. Brickley's driving really well. I just want to give a shout out to the 69 as well, that started in 18th, now up to, what's that, 4th position, so nice. Nice for the number, and also a nice drive there from Bubnow and Higdon.
Very much a race-paced team.
Yes, very much.
Here's the rain, 1 minute left.
There we go, it is raining. So, that would really impress the slick tyre runners, and the wet tyre runners will be going, yippee! Because I reckon I'll get a little bit warm there towards the end.
Very much so, as our current race leader is going through No Name now, heading into Puan. And it's 1 minute left. I think they'll be able to cross the line, which means that will be an extra 2 laps. So the first, and then another lap, and then another. Oh yeah, this is gonna be death for the slicks.
Hang on, where? I'm 39. Where are they now?
They're currently heading into Piff Paff.
Yeah, so they will get around 50. No, they'll get 1 more lap.
Oh, maybe. Oh,
yeah.
More of. Oh.
So basically, we're on the penultimate lap. But once again, yeah, great drive from these two. They've really showed their sort of experience, is probably the best way to describe it, of enduro drives, just keeping their head down and trucking it forward. And I really love that livery as well. I dare say that is a Hignett special. Nice.
That is, I feel the touch of Hignett on that car. It's like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It's Hignett, Lambo, and yellow.
Yeah, it's got a unique look. I like it. But back with our leader. So, oh, hang on. Here we go.
Oh, crossing the line. Will there be an extra lap?
Put on the brakes. Put on the brakes. Put on the brakes.
No, keep going. Keep going. More.
Oh, 1 more lap.
Yes. All right.
Oh,
So
better
close.
call it.
Come on, JC. Come on. You could have. More pain and misery for everybody else. Isn't that the team name? But no, just want to mention Scarney back up in 6th, so Mad Mike and Eric Scarney snuck up into 6th. Unfortunately, because Weatherburn had to make the driver change right at the end.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but this is turning into my driver of the day, actually. From 23rd on the grid, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, 23rd they were, to drive up the 6th position is a huge drive from Scarney and Cricky, and I reckon, I know Cricky pretty well, I reckon he'll be pretty bloody stoked with that. Scarney's always pretty bloody stoked, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, can we extend the race even more? Because look at the weather with it. It's just going to pour and pour and pour as we're on board with Scarney on the final lap. Now, our leader is about to head into Puan, and everybody else has to fight for themselves. Anybody on dries, I want to completely apologize from my heart. I thought that was the strat, but that's classic Gormley. He's wrong.
Look, we all thought it was a strat. We definitely thought, I thought it was definitely going to dry out, but it didn't. And what it has done is completely changed the complexion of this race. And basically now is kind of what's happened is you really needed to be on that right tire at the right time. And I don't know, almost being safe. And here we go. So we've got we've actually got a race on here. And this is for Pro-Am. This is for top honours in Pro-Am. Oh boy, we have a proper race going on here. So it's Brickley and Miller now. Up towards, for the last time, up towards Eau Rouge. This is for top honours in Pro-Am. And here they go. Oh, look at that. Classic Miller just holds onto it, keeps the boot in. But now look, Brickley's got the run in the GTR. Has he got enough slipstream? Is that base maker through the river? Just. Now there is a car in the background. Hopefully that won't get him. Oh, as Lucas comes along. Oh, yep, JC, well done. Yep, got the race. Good job. Back to this battle now. Miller holds on, takes the motocross line. Brickley tries to tuck the nose back in. Now flick it down towards Beau Rivage. Oh, I tell you what, if I'm Brickley, I'm going to have it. Oh, he had a bit of a look there. Miller makes his one move. Now he's going to run it a little deep down to Beau Rivage. He's running too deep, and Brickley's up the inside, and Brickley gets that done. That is the top position in Pro-Am. Now, can Brickley hold on from Miller, or has Miller used that car too much? Looks like he has, and Brickley, I think, might hold on to this. Wow, what a drive from Brickley.
Yeah, that is actually really impressive because this is supposed to be the sort of area the Porsche is supposed to shine in, just in the rain, low fuel, and as he goes wide once again on the exit of Pouan. That is the GTR of Tim as well, so that is a blue flag. He may have been just letting off for Tim right there, but yeah, Brickley earning P1 Pro-Am after a race so far in the back. Miller having a great drive through the first stint, and just great drive overall with Spenceley as well, but Brickley just manages to put in the work. These last 10 laps, he's just been taking spots, and he's really pulled out the machine in him.
It has. It's been, yeah, a fantastic drive and top class Pro-Am honours. Do feel for Miller and Spencer, maybe that moment there where he tapped the wall and really, yeah, it sort of brought them back to the pack, which unfortunately ruined, because early on they looked like they were going to be absolutely untouched in Pro-Am. But it's going to be Robert Brickley that will get the Pro-Am victory. Looks like, I think, Bab, just having a look there. We'll check out race results, of course, at the end. But well done, Rob Brickley. Great drive. 69,
you can just...
oh, hang on. 69,
a nice little
had
spin.
A disconnect.
Celebratory donuts.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. But yeah, as everybody's doing their victory dance in the rain, inhale the petrichor and just enjoy. You made it to the end of the race. Congratulations. If you won, you won. If you place high, you place high. If you place middle, you place middle. You made it to the end. That is congratulations.
It is. So we're just going to wait for the session to tick over. So a big thank you does go, of course, to simrigs.com. Thank you for once again for your continued ongoing support. Go check out their website, all the great stuff for all your sim racing needs. Go see the guys at simrigs.com. Checking our race results. So it is, congratulations does go to JC, Jamie Conboy and Lucas Keys, who take the victory from Gubby and Nathan Monks, then Chrissy Taylor and Brad Cook round out our podium. Then Babin Johnson, the first of our silver class runners. Then Scarney and Crick driving today. Then move across the silver class. Babin Johnson, as I was saying, for Bin Chicken Racing. Scarney and Crick for the Pixel Racer GTR. And then the two Petes, Chalmers and Viney, in third position. Then in Pro-Am, that fantastic battle we saw on the final lap between Brickley and Miller. And then Billot and Gaze will take out the final Pro-Am podium. And there we go, round 3 of the simrigs.com Duo Series, run and done.
What was your driver of the day? Is it still, what was it?
I changed mine. Look, stint of the day definitely still goes to Carl Johnson, but drive of the day is to Scarney and Crick in the 23.
For my driver of the day, it'll still be the Patrick Johnston in the Porsche, but for stint of the day, it'll probably have to be Brickley for bringing it in that last stint, specifically just pulling out all those spots to get back up into P1 for Pro-Am.
Yeah, well, I could agree with that. Yep, definitely. So, also a big thank you. We'll get these thank yous out because it is running pretty late. So, massive thank you goes to our stewarding team. You guys are amazing. Our awesome race director, the one and only Glenn Germain, for all the beautiful pictures you are seeing. And John Gormley, it's been a pleasure as always, mate.
Thank you, Sean. It was always being a pleasure commentating with you as well, even with some of the Freudian slips happening. But yeah, fantastic race. I want to say thank you to all the drivers as well for making this so entertaining for us.
Definitely, but other than that, and also the final thank you does go to our amazing viewers. We would not be here without you. Thank you for all your support. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your evening, and as always, you've been watching OOR.